Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sowing and Reaping YouTube channel. And today, I'm going to begin a series today talking about the war between Shanny and Rev, and between Shanny, Rev, and myself. And I'm going to be covering some stuff that I know has already been covered by people who never met her before, who just never met me before, and some people who have left a lot of things out and have interjected their opinions. And yes, all of this is being thrown on Drag, because Drag was offering a lot of his opinions on this. And I'm not going to say that everything that he was saying was wrong, but he's greatly exaggerated, been very misinformed about what was going on inside of the house when I lived there the first time. And there's some people in here who wasn't around when I lived in that house the first time, when the house was first given to me. They don't understand the circumstances that surrounded it. I have videos talking about this on my G-Man channel on private. But I figure instead of just looking at those videos, I just redo them again on this channel and talk about it a little bit. Some of this stuff that I'm going to talk about is going to bring back some memories. And I was actually looking at this video, and I remember how angry I was this day when this happened, especially when I started finding out where all of this was coming from. And I want to let everybody rewatch this, and then I'm going to offer my 2 cents, as I was actually there and I know what I was going through at the time when all of this actually happened. And I really, really hope Shanny and Rev watches this series. See, XX Archive and Fat Courtney Love and them don't got all of the videos, okay? They don't have all of the videos concerning what happened. I have a plethora of people out there who have made video responses to what was happening in those days. And I have stumbled on some videos you guys never seen before, but I'm going to save that for part 2. Because first, I want people to see what happened when I lived there the first time. So just a little bit of background. Now, what I'm going to talk about here today is going to go against what the Dragoons were saying and their so-called video responses and all of that stuff. But by the time this series is over, everybody's going to have a complete and total understanding of the first fight that I had with both Shanny and Rev. Okay. And I would probably say this was more with Shanny. So I'm probably not even mentioning Rev a whole lot, except for him being the owner of the house at the time. Because this is the time when I was not the owner. Jason was the owner of the house. Jason also had wet brain at the time, too. At least that's what they call it. I don't know if I would have called it wet brain, but that's what people on YouTube was calling it at the time. I'm going to try to bring my thinking back to what it was like when I was actually in that house the first time. And then I'm going to try to bring some clarity to some things here. But before I get started, let me check the live chat. People always saying I don't say nothing about it. We got Filthy Force here. Phil Force, I'm sorry. Simply Krista, Missy Ann, Angry Roach, Fatima Blue. Yeah, I can see you, Fatima. Okay. And Missy Ann, Simply Krista. Yeah, I can see you guys. And I just want to go over this. Because again, like I said, Drag offered his opinion. It ain't like he was there, but he was in the know. And the reason why I can look back at this in hindsight and say that he was in the know about some things is because as much as Drag and Shanny don't like each other now, there was a time when they saw eye to eye on how to deal with G-Man. So I want to take a look at when I got evicted by Shanny. Because here's the thing I'm going to say about this series that we're going to do. Everything. Some people are saying karma, and that's all fine and well. I don't believe in karma. I believe you reap what you sow. I'm not knocking anything that people believes at the moment or whatever, right? But I'll say this. Literally, and I mean literally, I think down to the molecular level. No. Down to the atomic level. Literally, everything that this woman is going through, she put somebody else through. Okay. This is why sometimes we have to humble ourselves, myself, me. I'm not, and there's other people, but I'm not gonna, this ain't about them today, okay? But sometimes you gotta humble yourself and listen to what other people have to say sometimes, even if you don't like them. And this is the reaction channels. And a lot of them was spot on when it came to this woman. And I'm never, ever, 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 ever going to forget the day I was warned by several of these people on here who hated the ground I walked on. And they told me, G-Man, whatever you do, don't accept that house from that woman. You know I didn't listen. You know what I mean? Never had that house before, so I didn't listen one bit. So I ended up not humbling myself. It ended up taking it and didn't do the proper steps to do certain things. And like I said, we're going to get to all of that as I fill these holes up on this particular topic. All right, Shanny, I hope you're watching this. I really hope you're watching this because you need a bit of a reminder of why, number one, you're going through what you're going through. And then number two, why my foot is still up your rear end. I didn't kick it and then took it out. My foot is still literally in your rear end. Okay. There are a lot of people on here. I'm the one who took Shanny down. I'm the one who did this, and I'm the one. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it's true. The reaction channels expose the living daylights out of Shanny. Dragnut put a magnifying glass on Shanny, and the whole planet got to see it. Absolutely expose the living daylights out of her. And then other people joined in on the fray. But she kind of deserved it for all the stuff that she did. And today we're going to talk about what she did to me. Just to give you guys the rundown of what happened when I lived inside of that house. She wanted me out of there. I'm going to show you guys the argument that we had in a minute. Y'all do understand the water was cut off, the electricity was cut off, and I was freezing my butt off in that house. Okay? I was using toilet paper and rubbing alcohol to create fire in order to stay warm. I was melting snow to drink water. Okay? We're going to go through that in some of these videos, and you're going to see video proof of a lot of this. Because a lot of this is on YouTube. People just ain't looking. But I'm going to show people what I'm talking about. And I was mocked and I was ridiculed by a lot of folk on YouTube. Like I said, even Dragnut mocked me. Shanny mocked me. A lot of people mocked me for the stuff that I was going through. But I was still inside the house and I couldn't do the things I wanted to do because every single time I tried to make a video to expose her, the police, no. Let's be specific. The sheriff department would show up over there with a complaint about me wanting to be out of there, and the sheriff would say the same thing, that she has to come down from Boulder and she has to come down and file a civil suit to remove me from the house. Yeah, I never kind of forgot about that. And I'm one of these people that how can I put it to you this way? Uh some men will get angry if you look at their women's behinds that they're walking past. I know some guys that if you say hello to some of their women or whatever, that they will literally stop what they're doing, pick up a tire iron, and proceed to beat the living daylights out of you. I know some people that will get mad over some of the most petty things. Me, I will let people get away with murder. One of the things I don't like, and one of the quickest ways to get me to get on my side, where I end up handing you a similar receipt, is when the sheriff's department and the police department is constantly knocking on the door for no apparent reason, for the purpose of you doing a power play. All right. As a Christian, I believe in forgiveness, but as a Christian, I also believe in justice. All right. So Shanny was doing a lot of stuff to me. And when I said back in the day that I forgave her, I really did forgive her. I really did forgive her until they tried to pull this fraud nonsense. So, I mean, the second time around. That's why I'm bringing all this stuff back up. People need to know how I really feel about certain things. So, anyway, just to give you guys a little bit of background about what you're about to listen to, this is how I received the house. Okay. Now, I don't care what these dragoons got to say about losing a job or whatever. I did lose my job. All right. Apparently, in the mind of Shanny, this meant I was homeless. This meant I wasn't eating. This meant I had no phone. Like, I don't know how she comes to these conclusions in her head. I don't know how she comes to these conclusions. But according to her, I was homeless, destitute, and everything else in the book, even though I was only unemployed, I believe, for about, at that time, I think 24 to 48 hours, because I think that's when she made the video and says, G-Man, I have an offer for you. And for those of you who were there, Fatima Blue, you might remember this. Dragnet might remember this. The Holy Spackle might remember this. JD Kane, you might remember this. Nate the Lawyer, all of you guys might remember this little video. Hey, G-Man, I got an offer for you. We got a TV for you, G-Man. Why don't you come and get this TV? And if you've ever seen the photo of when I showed the inside of that room in which they were dunking and peeing all over the floor or whatever, on the bed or whatever, you see that big TV there. That was the original TV they wanted me to come to PA and come pick up. I was like, okay, fine. If I get a ride, I'll come over there and get it or whatever. Then they made another video, which was more spontaneous. Now, mind you, this TV was inside that house. They said, G-Man, we want to give you a house. And I saw the video. I remember showing my sister. And then I called her up and said, you need to take that off of YouTube. Because like I said, back then, I was going through the whole summer of G-Man nonsense from drag. So I had the attention of a lot of atheists. And it just wasn't good. I still believe that Shanny has an IQ lower than that of a rock. I'm sorry, she ain't the brightest person in the whole world, but I understand that she thought she was trying to do something good or whatever. But you got to know when and when not to do certain things. So I told her to take it off of YouTube, and we talked about it over the phone. I got her permission to go look at it. No paperwork was done. This much she was telling the truth about. No paperwork was done. I got her permission to go look at it. I decided to go up there with with several family members, and only one of them stayed with me. And I saw it. I called them. Now, this neighborhood, as I said in that video, the neighborhood was predominantly Caucasian. I was born in 1975 in Jersey City, New Jersey. When I was just 5 or 6 years old, I lived on a street called Martin Luther King Drive. Then there was Bergen Avenue, and then there was Kennedy Boulevard. The moment you crossed Kennedy Boulevard and went into West Side Avenue, you was in the section that we called and this is for those of you who live in this area and knows what I'm talking about. All right. If you went in that direction and you went past Kennedy Boulevard and you went downtown, you would have been in what we would call, I'm not going to say what we called it amongst each other, but we called it the Caucasian area. I'll put it to you that way. And when you cross Kennedy Boulevard and you went past Snyder High School, or you went to Bergen Avenue or whatever, you was in the black people area. So if you came in the black people area, you was going to be dealing with gangs called the Demons, the Lady Demon Females, the Barbarians, the ABC Club, and things like that. But if you went downtown, you was in the Caucasian area, and you was chasing, I'm one of them, home with people who had hockey sticks all the time. Yeah, not a really good time. But I bring this up because this is what I grew up with. So I'm in this neighborhood, and it's predominantly Caucasian. I'm the only black person in the area. All right. And I see the house, and I called them up, and I said, I'm here. I'm looking at it. And at first I looked at the wrong house. It was across the street. It ended up being the white and green one that was across the street. And then I went over there, and I called them up, and I told them I saw it. And she asked me what I thought and everything. And when I said, yeah, this place does need a lot of work. The roof is caving in. You could clearly see that from the outside. There was issues with the steps. There was issue with a lot of different things with the house in the backyard and everything and whatnot. I looked inside, and I was kind of like starstruck a little bit because I saw the Mac that he used for his videos. Like the whole setup was there, how he used to do the Revelation News stuff and whatnot. I was like, wow, that's what he did it. Okay. And then I also noticed the place wasn't very clean. Like the ceiling in the kitchen was coming down. Like it was the sheetrock was all coming down. And when I say coming down, like it was hanging. Like you could see the beams and everything, and there was water coming in from the right. Like that place was going to be condemned. It was only a matter of time. And I talked about the fines and everything that they had on there for not cutting the grass, and the air conditioners being on for literally 4 months, and nobody cutting them off. And the place was just falling apart. And I called them up and said, listen, y'all got to cut the ACs off. Like, there's a summons here or whatever. Is there any way I can cut the power off from the outside? And they said no. And then they gave me permission to go inside. This is why Shanny started lying, saying I broke in there and everything and whatnot. And that is an outright lie. And I showed the text messages back in the days to show people that she gave me permission to go in there. And yet to this very day, she has been lying about that. To this very day. Right? This is why I never feared about going to court with her, because I was like, Your Honor, this is her text message. This is a voice message. Like, she wasn't going to be able to say anything. They gave me permission. So I'm in this predominantly, now mind you, I'm black, in Scranton, and I got a hammer from one of her neighbors to break a window, to open up the door in order to go in there and cut the ACs off. Then she, on the phone, gave me permission to stay. Then she gave me permission to live there, which I did not do right away. I went back to New Jersey the next day after I unplugged all the ACs, scoped out the area, and see if I even wanted to be bothered with any of this. This is important because of what I'm going to play for you guys in a minute. A little bit of background. And this is good that you're hearing it from me, because you can sit there and say, well, Dragnet said, well, where was Dragnet when this was going on? Where was BGTV? Where was Miss Parker and all of them? Where were they? No, I was actually living it, and I was there. Right? So, anytime I please, I can get one of them neighbors to back it all up too. You know what I mean? So she's full of it. Okay. And I remember when I was looking to do some of the city came out there. I couldn't even get a locksmith to open the thing because I wasn't the owner at the time. So I had to break the window, but I had to get permission. Like, I'm not stupid. I know to get permission to do certain things before I do it. You know how much trouble you can get in a neighborhood like that if you're black and you break in somebody's window, you don't got no permission, and you can. There was a police officer that lived across the street. Shanny, if you're listening to this, I want you to know why I believe you have the IQ lower than a rock. But believe it or not, you managed to convince some people in here that I broke in there. So that means their IQ is lower than yours. Because this police officer, hey, look at that. It's a black guy over there breaking up a house over there. Let's go ignore that. Everybody on that street knew my name. Everybody on there knew my name. They was expecting me. So I just want to point that out before we start taking a look at these videos. And then I began to live there. And as a lot of you already know, I was at war with the Dragoons. They were not known as the Dragoons then. I didn't start calling them that until long after that period. But these were basically Dragnet and the Summer of G-Man and all the other nonsense that was going on. Some of it was justified because I was kind of mean with the whole J thing and whatnot. But all of it was not. And I got an entire Christian community to back me up on that one. But he was justified a little bit for what he was attempting to do to me. And I say attempt loosely. But when I was living there, she would call me up a lot. And I think a lot of you see this now. This woman wanted to talk to me on the phone every single day. I don't even talk to my own family every single day. She wanted to talk to me on the phone every single day. I don't sleep with you. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not your husband. We're friends on the internet. And you got this thing when you want to talk to me. I just want to make sure you're okay. I want to make sure that you're all right. And the way she painted me on YouTube back then is that I was constantly begging her for money. She would see, here's the thing about me. I'm a bit compulsive in some things. If you call me up and ask me, do I need something, and I need it, I'm going to tell you. So she was asking me, did I need any food? I said, yeah, I live in the middle of this area. I mean, I'm staying here now because at this point I moved in the house and everything. And the closest store was a convenience mart. I didn't really know that town that well back then. But I knew that there was a supermarket. No. That's not even true. There was a convenient mart, and then there was Walmart, in which I got lost numerous times trying to go there to get groceries or whatever. But when I got used to it, I understood Uber and all of that stuff and whatnot. But she gave me $200 a couple of times to go get some food. And by the way, Rev, feel free to show the cash apps whenever you want, dude. I know what I'm talking about. You guys say that y'all gave me over like $18,000 or some garbage like that, right? Or whatever, right? Or is it $6,000 you guys think y'all gave me? Yet you have yet to this very day to show your cash apps or PayPal to prove that was the case. And make sure you show the dates, Rev. Because don't forget, you was donating to Preaching to the Choir Ministries before I had anything to do with that place. Try to remember that. Especially when I first started the G podcast. Right? So this is why I hope they're watching. Give them a little bit of a visit of my history with this woman. So people can understand how I really feel about Shanny. And she needs to understand. So I'm a liar. I'm a con artist. I'm a grifter. Woman, when I get done with you, you are going to wish you wasn't born. All right? So anyway, she would give me $200 from time to time to get food. Thanksgiving came, she gave me $200 for food for that too, right? So I think for food altogether, it came out to me because I believe it was either 3 or 4 times. It had to be anywhere between $600 and $800 for food. Now, mind you, she's on the phone telling me she's a millionaire, she's rich and all this other stuff and whatnot. And if you grow up poor like me and you hear somebody saying that they're a millionaire, you got to know this, all right? If you got a person out there saying they're a millionaire, $200 to a millionaire is toilet paper. Let me say this again. If $200 is toilet paper to a millionaire, what is $50 to them? Because I remember right after Thanksgiving, she was wondering why she couldn't get me on the phone. I had to pay pay my phone bill or whatever. And y'all know the whole controversy. My phone bill was $50. $50, but I was also using BTR, Blog Talk Radio. And my bill for Blog Talk Radio, I think, was the same amount. It was about $50. And I valued what I was doing with the G podcast because it was bearing fruit. Like when I say the Hebrew Israelite movement was being damaged because of what I was doing, Cherry Love, Vocab Malone, a lot of the atheists will back me on this. A lot of them was telling me to stop talking about atheism because they think I'm doing a really good job with the Hebrew Israelites. That's what a lot of them were telling me back then. I'm going to show clips of that in the future. But they was telling me to keep doing what I'm doing with the G podcast because the Hebrew Israelites was getting destroyed. It was getting so bad that even atheists was calling the show and blowing them out the water. It was funny. You can check out Steve McRae's Great Debate Community and some of the videos that he did with that to see what I'm talking about. Even Dragnet and those guys got on him a little bit. I decided to pay the BTR bill instead of the phone bill. And Shanny apparently lost her stuff. That's what you, the audience, heard. You, the audience, heard that it had to do with the $50 bill. That wasn't the reason why she was trying to kick me out of that house. She was trying to kick me out of that house. And I wish Dragnet was here. All right, let me see if he's watching. Let me see something here. All right, Dragnet, if you're watching this, you might want to snip this part because you're going to be involved in this one. Okay, so I have this other phone that I got from Boost Mobile when I was living in that house. I had stopped using the phone that I kept saying got stolen in New York because I felt like it was bugged or whatever, and people follow me around. Obviously, I didn't know about turning location off, and I was just dumb back then. So technologically speaking, I was just dumb. I'll just admit that. But I had got this other phone, and she just started texting me all this stuff. I think some of this is on Drag's members only thingy. If you're not a member over there and you want to see what I'm talking about, and he hasn't made it public yet, go check it out. But I think I finally showed him the text message. I know I did on Skype, and this is when I was thermonuclear hot at Drag because I blamed him for everything that happened. There was this text message that came from his from what appeared to be his email, which I'm now questioning. But it came and it said, G-Man violated so-and-so. And I'm going to show everybody this in part 2 of this. Or if during this show, if I can find it, I'll show you guys today. I'm a little unprepared for this show because I realized I wanted to show everybody that I don't know what a phone is. But when I get it, I'll show everybody. I think there's another way I can do it, but it would involve me switching my account and all of that, and I don't got time for that. But you are all going to finally get to see that. But that was the real reason she wanted to throw me out of there. Had nothing to do with what I did with money. And I'm going to prove it in this series. I'm going to prove, and like I said, I believe that Shanny lied to myself and the Christian community about becoming a Christian. I believe the only reason she claimed Christianity was to get close to Rev and to get the man's money. And I have very good reasons to believe it. And I'm going to show people evidence for this. Now, if I'm wrong about this, Shanny will be able to show proof. Because the problem is there's about 2 or 3 different testimonies of her becoming a Christian. For those of you who are either Catholics or Christians or anything like that, you know that that we all got a story on how we got started. And our story doesn't change. Shanny's got about 2 or 3 origin stories. And I'm going to show them, all right? Not today. But I do want to show you when this cocky, conceited, arrogant piece of garbage confronted me on YouTube. Well, actually, I actually called her out when I was living in the house. And I want to show people what happened when this happened. Like I said, I'm really emotional about this. I don't like watching this particular video because there's a lot of stuff that happened during this time. And I mean a lot that happened during this time that makes me want to reach out and touch someone. You know what I mean? Like, this gets me mad. This brings up a lot of memories. And I mean a lot. the stuff that I had to suffer. And then this woman had the nerve. She had the nerve after I gave her somewhere to live to complain. You did the bare minimum, G-Man. You're going to see what I went through. You're going to see what I went through. And I'm going to say this, Shanny. I hope you're paying attention to this series. But more importantly than that, I hope your man's watching this too. You'll see why as we go on. All right. So let's take a look at G-Man versus Shanny, the yelling match, because it certainly wasn't a conversation. I know you guys got to know something about me. I was holding back. I was really holding back because number one, I'm living under their roof. You know, technically speaking, they had gave me that house, but I didn't get it like in paperwork. But this is my landlord talking to me like this. Looking back at this was my landlord. To this very day, I'm still perplexed why this lawyer told me I couldn't do nothing to this woman. I think I went about it all wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have argued. She gave me the house. What I should have argued is that she was a slumlord. That's what I should have argued, and had inspectors come over there. That's what I should have did. But I had no lease though, so that wouldn't have worked. So let me screen share this for everybody here. I'm gonna mute, and of course I'm gonna unmute every now and then to comment. But I think a lot of it's self-explanatory. I like to thank Godless Girl for getting a copy of this. So this also exists on my YouTube channel, Drag's channel, and God knows how many other people's channels on YouTube. Because this was not a good time to be G-Man. I'll tell you that now. Put me now, Shanny.
You are beyond lying about me, first of all. Beyond lying. Right. Beyond lying. Right. Mm-hmm. I need to reimburse you? Reimburse you of what, bitch?
Oh, brother. Number one, you're on a Christian channel. Can you please stop cussing on my channel? Please.
Oh, no. You're in my house.
A channel of the Lord, and I would appreciate it. Just a little bit of heads up on this. Shanny knows how much I dislike the cussing on my channel. That's anybody. And if a Christian comes on my channel and keeps doing it over and over and over, I will eventually throw them out. There's several of them will tell you the story. Yeah, G-Man will throw you out. Yeah, he'll be patient a little bit. He'll give you a little bit more grace than he will to the non-believers. But he'll throw you out eventually if you keep doing it. So I was holding back. You know what I mean? And again, this was during the time when I was doing my G podcast. So a lot of the Hebrew Israelites must have been cracking up watching this. Because remember what they were telling me. Y'all need to look at this from my perspective for a moment. During this time, the Hebrew Israelites was trying to convert me. And they were telling me that the white man was the devil. I don't think any of you heard me with that. During this time, the Hebrew Israelites was trying to convert me and tell me that the white man was the devil. And then this happens. So I got to restrain that. I got to restrain saying what I really want to say to this woman. And I think a lot of you by now probably know the words I was, and even the 4-letter words I wanted to use to describe how angry I was at this time. All right. I'm just being truthful, but I held back. I didn't say anything. I tried very hard not to use that kind of language on social media. I have a ministry and I have a reputation that I'm trying to keep together or whatever. You know what I mean? But I was very angry at this woman at this time. Very, very. And if I was angry at her, I was 3 times as angry at Drag. But I'm gonna tell you something, Drag. During this particular time, Rand Campbell contacted me. And you want to know what Rand said to me? Rand said to me, G-Man, you notice anything different about this? And I was like, I think this is when they were doing the Triple R game too, or just coming out of it or whatever, right? No. This is when they were doing that flat earth stuff, I think. And he was like, you notice anything different about this? And I was like, what? And he was like, this is a so-called Christian doing this to you. This ain't an atheist. This is a so-called Christian. Yes, even back then, we were still calling this woman. We were still calling this woman a Christian. Yeah, let me mute and go back to this.
You're in my house.
My channel.
In my house. Using my electricity and using my water and using every fat thing for you. To help you out. Because I thought you were a believer in Christ. I thought you would need someone.
Okay, Shannon Stout, if you're watching this.
It wasn't Rev's house. It wasn't Rev's electricity. It wasn't Rev's water. All of it was Shanny's. I think you guys heard about the legend of the Minnesota Barracuda yesterday. It was never Rev's. It was all Shanny's until the law got involved. Then all of a sudden it was Rev's.
Shannon Stout, this is I want you to pay attention to this. So you believe cussing's okay then? Okay, cool. Okay, because you pay for everything that gives you permission to cuss and whatnot. Tell me, how are you any different from your mother right now? But keep acting like that right now. Go ahead. You want to talk about this, Shannon? Let's talk about this. Why did you give me this house?
Because I thought you were doing good work for the Lord.
Matthew chapter 6. Matthew chapter 6.
Shut the fuck up about the Bible.
I love Jesus.
I didn't say that. She told me to shut the blink up about the Bible. Yet we still thought she was a Christian. Oh my Lord. Anyway, so let's see. Here's the thing. I hope the Geek Room's watching this part because the Geek Room will never embarrass me. I do a good job of doing that on my own. I really do sometimes because some of us are just gullible sometimes. I'm sorry, but let's continue.
You won't even talk to me. I'm talking to you.
Matthew chapter 6.
Man.
I can't hear you. It's my channel, and I can actually read my Bible on my channel.
My you're using right now. So let's just think about that, G-Man.
Okay, Matthew chapter 6. Take heed.
G-Man, you are being wrong right now.
I am not being wrong. I'm trying to read the Bible. I'm trying to read the Bible. Okay, so you don't want me to read the Bible now. Great. So I can't read the Bible. I can't read the Bible and none of that stuff and whatnot. By the way, Shanny, I'm not deleting this video.
I'm not telling you can't read the Bible. I'm telling you I don't want to talk to the Bible. You said you wanted to talk to me.
Okay. So who am I supposed to listen to? Okay, so listen. Shanny, the same rules I have on my channel apply for everybody, Shanny. Same rules on my channel apply for everybody, Shanny.
I will admit that I probably should have muted her on multiple occasions. And this is why I have to do it with some people. It's not because I'm being mean. Some people just talk too much.
Okay, so who am I supposed to listen to? You or Jesus? Matter of fact, put Rev on here. I want to ask Rev a question. Am I supposed to listen to you or Jesus? Put him on here. I want everybody to hear this.
You're supposed to listen to Jesus. You already know.
Great.
Yeah.
So if I get
okay, I'm not arguing with you. We're going to have a discussion. No, we're not going to have a debate. I don't debate. You already know that.
I am not debating, Shanny. Let me finish it, Shanny.
Yes, you are. You're not debating me. I am not debating.
You won't even let me talk. You're Hebrew Israelites right now. Let me finish talking, okay? So the bottom line is this, okay?
That's all you do. You've talked enough. All you done was slander me, asshole.
Okay, so here's the thing now.
You slander me. All you did was slander me. That's what you did. That's what you did. Where did the money go? Where did the money go, G-Man?
I want to finish saying what I was saying.
Well, Shanny wanted to know where the $50 went. It went on BTR. This was explained to her. It went on BTR, Blog Talk Radio, Ministry. Okay? And she wanted to know where did it go. It went on Blog Talk Radio. I'm going to say this again, Shanny. Blog Talk radio. But you said you was gonna use it on the phone. You said you was a millionaire and that you lost $100,000 in a single day. Why do you care about $50? $50, Shanny. $50. $50. I apologize if I destroyed anybody's ears. $50, Shanny. Y'all don't even know this. Quick story. When I let them live when I let them live in that house, you know, Shanny did the same thing to me, right? I gave her money to pay for her internet bill, and you know what she did? Take a guess what she did. She bought Delta 8 with the money instead of actually going out there. And I didn't get on her the way she got on me. Because some of us have a brain.
Shanny, Shanny, I want to finish saying what I was saying, Shanny. I want to finish saying what I was saying, Shanny. Okay?
Oh, really? Put up the PayPal so I can show you. 2 weeks ago, I gave you $200.
Do what you want. But anyway, listen.
2 weeks ago, I gave you $200. Why didn't you pay for your phone then, J-Man?
Okay, so I already.
For that, I gave you money to pay for your phone. Why didn't you pay your phone then, G-Man? You want to try to make this about me being selfish.
Two people can't talk at the same time, Shanny. But if I kick her out of here, I'm a bad guy, right? I'm a bad guy if I kick her out of here. You gotta let me talk, Shanny. You gotta let me talk. If it's just gonna be you, okay, and you're gonna expose yourself. I'm just gonna be quiet. You're gonna expose yourself. Show me the spirit of self-control here for a moment. The fruit of the spirit. Show me the spirit of self-control.
You really are the one really talking about the spirit of self.
See, here's the thing. What I should have figured out during this particular time is that this woman doesn't fear God at all. She doesn't fear Jesus. You know what I mean? And I didn't find this out until later on after I got out the house or whatever. But this woman don't fear God and she don't fear Jesus one bit. You can't use the Bible to correct Shanny. Because now she was rich. And who needs Jesus, right? Now, of course, later on we will find out this woman wasn't rich at all. This woman was almost broke even during this time. Because they were just dumb. Just absolutely dumb. But Shanny, if you're watching this, if you watch The Legend of the Barracuda, I think even in Legends and in canon, it is true that the Barracuda thought that everything that the Revster had was the Barracuda's. And the Barracuda was on crack cocaine. Oops. Okay.
Self-control, you? Seriously, you? You? Spirit of self-control, you? Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what I thought. Be silent.
Okay, so this is our main channel, Shanny for Christ here. Shanny made several videos today lying about me, saying.
I lie about you.
Wait a minute, hold on a minute. Hold on.
You're the one that's doing the prosecuting. How did I lie about you?
The first video you made was this. Okay, you made a video saying 3 years of ministry ruined. Then you made a Christian video. Then you made another video getting mad at me about me saying that Jesus H.O.K. was long, which had nothing to do with Rev, but you brought that up. All right.
You keep doing this. You keep being hypocritical, idiot.
You keep threatening me now. You made all these ridiculous videos today.
You know what hypocrite is? Two of your best friends have
an actor. That's what you're doing right now.
For it.
Okay.
So, who have long hair? Who are your best friends?
Okay. Okay. So going back to my Shanny, we both can't talk at the same time. You can't talk at the same time.
That's what you got me mad. You got me mad. You lost.
So basically, I'm supposed to believe that she's angry because I criticized. Who was it? Was it Lubis? No, it wasn't Lubis. It was somebody who had long hair. And I said that men are not supposed to have long hair. That's what the Bible says. The Bible. The Bible says men having long hair is not good. The Bible says that. I am repeating what the Bible said, Shanny. And you're mad at me. Wait a minute. Hold on. You gave me the house because of ministry, because I'm doing the work of God. I quote a Bible verse and you're this angry? Nah, that can't be the reason. some guy by the name of Jesus H. Christ was going around handing out pornography. Wait a minute, was it pornography or was it sex toys? I forget which one it was. And I decided I wanted to expose him. And then this woman got mad because I was infringing on her ministry. And I'm supposed to believe that's the reason why she's this mad. No. I eventually found out what was really going on. And like I said, when I find that phone, or in part 2 of this video, you're all going to see what really made her go off. And as a matter of fact, she even admits it on her channel. Why do you hate me? And the atheist community eviscerated her on the topic. They eviscerated her on the topic. They destroyed her. They obliterated her on the topic. Rev tried to make a public video about it, and it took only one video response using Bible verses, and you should see how fast he backed off of that track. I have no idea how I feel about certain things that has taken place here on social media. There are things on here you might think that is under my skin to make me angry and what. Man, please, some of the stuff that Miss Parker said and some of the stuff that Miss Parker did to me, I'm over. I'm done with that. Some of the stuff that Dragnut said about me, I'm done and not over that. But some of the stuff that this woman here has said about me and done that stuff, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. I am displaying self-control. I assure you of that. I am displaying self-control. Because if I was not a Christian, I think she probably would jump off a building with some of the things I would say to her.
Lie to me about money, G-Man. I told you not to lie about me. Lie to me about money.
Let me talk, Shanny. You gotta let me talk, Shanny. Shanny, you gotta let me talk, Shanny. If you don't let me talk, you're guilty, Shanny. You're guilty, Shanny. You're guilty, Shanny.
Fucking admit it now.
So anyway,
why don't you address it, G-Man? Why don't you address about the phone?
People how their house looked when I first got here. I'm gonna show people how their house looked when I first
got here. You lie about it.
Okay, you can say whatever you want.
When I gave you the money,
are you gonna let me finish? Are you gonna let me talk? Blah 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 blah. Are you gonna let me talk?
You're a liar.
I'm a liar. I haven't said nothing. You won't.
You're a liar. You're a liar.
I want the Christians to come in here, and I want you guys to see how she's behaving right now. So
I don't care. You need to.
And Shanny, I hope you're watching this part, Shanny. This is the part that did you in. You said you didn't care what the Christian community thought. See, this is what you failed to understand, Shanny. While you were pretending to be a Christian, that's where your support base was. I knew the atheist community didn't support you. I knew it. And even the atheists knew it. They wasn't your support group. They always do divide and conquer. And when they divide us, then it's easier for them to destroy you. And that's all fine and well, in your case anyway, right? But I wanted the Christian community to see how you was acting. Because we both know what happened when I got out that house and I started pointing out what was really going on. You lost the support of the Christian community. And that is why to this very day, you cannot get donations from any of us anymore. Because nobody believes a word coming out of your mouth. I did up until the point when you said that you had the blood clots, and I gave you the death sentence and everything. That was the final straw. And I mean the final straw. You went too far, Shanny. You went way, 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 way too far. All right. So you keep sitting there saying that you don't care what the Christian community thinks. Here's a spoiler, Shanny, from 2023. I bet you care what we think now.
Question. What happened to the money that I gave you for the phone?
Unspoken. She won't even let me talk.
What happened with the money I gave you for the phone?
Keep talking.
Hey Shanny, if he used Hey Shanny, real quick. Can I say something? If he used that money for food, wouldn't that be better than turning his phone on? Which he said he used it for food.
He asked me specifically, crying on the phone, asking for money for his.
Y'all been watching me for how many years on YouTube? How many years have you been watching? David Anthony's been watching me for at least 8 years, I think, on here, right? David Anthony goes as far back with me when I used to talk about Chase Jesser and whether or not the Bible is the word of God, right? Sabella's been watching me since I've been dealing with, since I made the call to the atheist experience. Some of you have been watching ever since I made that very, 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 very first video called Atheist, what is it? Atheist, I have an offer or something like that or whatever. That very first video I made on the G-Man channel, where I introduced myself to the atheist community and said that if you show me that God doesn't exist, I'll become an atheist or whatever, right? It was like a whole minute and some change video or whatever, I think it was. And when have you guys ever known me to get on here, like literally crying on here for $50? I have a channel called G-Man. It is not that big, all right? It has about 13,000 subscribers. I have people on there who adore me. And if I needed $50 that bad, I would have did a fundraiser and I would have got it. Everybody who's known me knows this. But there were people who actually believed, actually come to think about it, maybe they were trolling me. Maybe they never believed Shanny. But the point of the matter is, there are some people on here that said that they believed I thought I was on here crying for $50. I got on camera one time and challenged Matt Dillahunty to a debate and showed people, and this is before Shanny, this is before Rev, and I challenged that man to a debate and I offered him $2,000 because I was told that Matt Dillahunty was not working. I said, I will give you $2,000 if you agree to come on my channel and debate me for 1 hour with a moderator of your choice. $50, Shanny? I got on there and I was crying for $50? When this series is over, you think that lady exposed you with the $10,000 thingy. I'm not going to be doing nobody's members only streams. I'm going to show this live, and I'm going to show everybody in this series who was doing the crying, and it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It never was me. It's always been you. You desperate, zoo-bound, Jabba the Hutt looking barracuda.
I wasn't crying on the phone. I was not crying on the phone, and I got witnesses to show you that one. No, I was not crying on the phone.
Like all the rest of them fucking liars here.
So anyway.
But Shanny, is he using?
Oh, Robert, Shanny, you be quiet, Shanny. Let me talk.
Electricity and
This is how they win debates on here. Blah 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 blah. Don't let nobody say anything. Come on.
I said I wasn't going to beat you.
I can't answer a question if you're talking, Shanny.
Answer my question. What
I can't answer a question if you're talking, Shanny. I can't answer a question if you're talking.
What did you do with the money?
Okay, so
What did you do with my money?
Let's start from December, and let's see if you can catch up this time, okay? You gave me $100 for Christmas, and before that, you gave me $200 for food, okay?
No.
January, we're not in January yet. Shut
You're
up.
liar.
Blah, 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 blah. Come on, Shanny, keep talking. Keep talking, Shanny. Okay? Then January got here, all right? You gave me $200 for food, all right? You gave
2
me
weeks ago.
Let me finish.
2 weeks ago.
Annie, you gotta let me finish. If we was in court, the judge would throw you in jail because
We're
you
not in court, so shove it up your ass.
Let me talk, okay? Because I'm gonna bring my proof. I already know what I'm talking
I don't give a shit what your proof is.
Yeah, they do hold you they hold you into contempt when you don't control yourself when you're in court. Just want to put that out there.
You're a liar.
I have two phones. I have the ministry phone and I have my regular phone. My other phone, the battery is dead in the other room. The first $55 that she gave me, I used that to pay my normal phone bill.
And why is it on?
Gave me another.
Why isn't it on anymore?
Let me finish.
Why isn't it on anymore?
Oh my God, let me finish. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So she gave me.
Hey, Shanny, out of curiosity, what happened to the uncle's $500? It's out of curiosity, Shanny. What happened to the uncle's $500? The money that was supposed to bail Rev out of jail. It's out of curiosity. I meant what I said, that down to the very atom, you are literally getting what you did to other people for years.
Some money to pay the ministry to pay the ministry thingy, in which I decided to actually pay Blog Talk Radio. Okay.
Oh, so you lied to me about the phone to pay Blog Talk TV when no.
So again, I paid Blog Talk Radio.
My money.
You gotta let me. Shanny, if you're not gonna be quiet. If you're not gonna be quiet, Shanny, I'm gonna mute you. Shanny, I'm gonna tell you this one more time, Shanny. Shanny, if you're not gonna be quiet, I'm gonna mute you. Okay. The bottom line is this: I used the money for Blog Talk Radio.
January 10th, $200.
Shanny.
December 31st.
Shanny, let me finish, Shanny.
$100. December 21st, $51. November 20th.
Okay, guys, I have to mute her. I'm sorry, because I'm in the middle of talking. She gave me another $200 for food. I'm trying to go through one side of the story. She gave me $200. Oh my God. Shanny, you are getting away with murder right now, Shanny, because you know what I would normally do. And
I know. I can get away with it right now.
So the bottom line is she gave me $200 and I used it for food. Okay? So,
and what did you ask for?
ladies and gentlemen, Shanny, what did I say, Shanny? What did I say, Shanny? Repeat to me what I said, Shanny.
Yeah, this is how you treat people who give you things, huh?
What did I say, Shanny?
I'm gonna tell you what this taught me, though. I'm gonna tell you what a lot of this taught me. A lot of you who remember me from the Great Debate days, and hopefully Draven's serious about the whole Great Debate stuff. We could talk about it on this channel. But how many of you remember when I was doing G-Man versus the World? Hit 1 in the live chat. I'm gonna look at this for a minute, and then we're gonna get back to the video. How many of you remember G-Man versus the World? If you remember G-Man versus the World, hit 1 in the live chat. Now, here's the thing. Y'all remember, I never had a Cash App. I never had a PayPal. I don't think Cash App existed back then, I'm going to think about it. But I never had a PayPal. And I did not accept donations but I had this guy named Raw, R-A-W, good brother in Christ. David, you might remember him, because I don't know if anybody else here remembers that, because a lot of these names on here, I don't know that well. How you doing, Carrie? Fatima Blue will remember this. But Raw kept saying, G-Man, you should at least have something there so you can receive donations for all of the work that you're doing. And I kept repeating this over and over like a broken accordion, saying that I'm not on here for that. I just want to do what I'm called to do, man, and that's it, right? So now, mind you, I was being a pain in the butt doing it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say I was this great person or whatever. I'm just saying I was doing what I was called to do. That's all I'm saying with that, okay? The moment I started taking any donations from anybody, hence why this channel is not monetized no more, and why I'm not going to monetize it no more. All right? Because it just gets annoying when people start accusing you of this, that, and the other when you take that. They think they can control you. If me and Drake agree on one thing, if we agree on one thing that I got in common with Drake, nobody's going to control me because they gave me a donation. If you believe that about me, you got it twisted. All right? If you are going to donate to somebody on the internet, do it out of the kindness of your own heart. This woman, my bad. JWE gave me a house. Paperwork wasn't signed or anything like that. They gave me everything that was in the house, well, almost everything in the house, minus the paperwork, which I would eventually get to, which all went in the trash anyway, or close to that. Decided that because they gave me that they can control me and tell me what to do whenever they want to do it. That is not what the Bible teaches. You're not supposed to let the left hand know what the right hand's doing. Let me tell you something. If I monetize another channel again, my name will not be attached to it. No more monetizing channels for me. Thank you very much. I'll put the Cash App out there every now and then, but no. I will never forget this time. And for the rest of my life, you want to talk about a college education? I got a PhD on what not to do dealing with Shanny. This is one of the most painful times I went through in my entire life. And if I had a time machine, I would knock my teeth out of my mouth and stop myself from accepting that house on them. And I would grab myself by my ears. I would make myself look at the computer screen and say, never trust that woman ever. That's what I would do if I had a time machine. I would knock my own teeth out of my mouth and tell myself not to trust this woman. See, Rev, this is the difference between me and you. When I got played, I admit it. You get played. I love her. She's a good girl. Gavin's a boys. Foods. And make a complete fool out of yourself, wanting being the best e-beggar possible. Just so you can keep that lord around. You keep telling everybody how you feel, Shanny. Well, now you're going to get at least 5 to 8 videos on how I feel, how I really feel about stuff. I'm going to find something other than a barracuda to call you, because that's not mean enough. I'm going to get this all out of my system, because I realize I have a lot of pent-up emotions about all of this that I let out every now and then. And I'm going to get it all out my system. But I meant what I said in the title of this video. At the end of the day, Shanny, I won. And you lost. And you got what you deserved. It's not like you're going to ask for the link to prove me wrong now, is it? Because I wish you would come on my channel that disrespectful this time. I don't know if you guys can actually hear anything. So let me try this again here real quick. All right.
Can I act as a moderator?
Right. And I got news for you. I'm going to make another video about Jesus H.
This has nothing to do with him. This is between me and
I'm
you.
going to respond to every blasphemous video on that channel. Every last one of them. Don't stop.
I'm going to back you up to a woman, you cowardly bitch.
I'm going to go after that Christian witch as well.
I need another man to back you up. Why? I'm
going to go after that Christian witch too. So now the point is this.
You're going to go after the Christian witch? You're calling me a Christian witch?
Hold a minute. I would like to talk to Red for a moment. Without you.
The reason, and by the way, David Anthony, I saw your comment. I left a comment in the live chat. Oh, I'm going to cover that. Trust me, I'm going to cover that. And I'm not even going to edit it because I want people to hear it come directly out of her mouth. Hard ER and everything. Okay? Because I want people to know just how evil this woman really is at the end of the day. The real reason I called her a Christian witch, and I think this went past a lot of people's heads when I said this back then. See them books behind me? You see all the Bibles and everything there. That's because I reorganized all of that. A lot of those books was not like that. In the front of that library that he had over there, it was Bibles. But these people had a lot of like witchcraft stuff in there, like books about paganism, witchcraft, magic potions and all this other stuff and whatnot. Stuff about and Rev was definitely into that truther stuff, man. My God, every other book in there was New World Order, this and New World Order that. But there was a lot of witchcraft stuff in that house, and I mean a lot. You know what I mean? That's why I called her a Christian witch. She seemed to always support people like it's this black lady on YouTube. It's Velvet something or something like that. I forget her name. Valerie. I think her name is Valerie Love. I think. But she's a Christian witch, and I think Shanny shares a lot of the opinions that Valerie has. But then again, I don't know what Shanny believes because I definitely don't believe she was ever a Christian. her beliefs contradicts the claims of the Bible way too much.
Interrupting. I like to talk to Rev. I would like to talk to Rev if you don't mind.
Oh, you're calling me a witch now?
No, I didn't. I said I'm going to respond to a Christian witch. Your friend. You took a screenshot of what I'm talking about.
I don't have her as a friend anymore, if you didn't realize.
Listen, Shanny. You hear what you want to hear. Everybody knows you're wrong.
I'm wrong?
Hey, true, Shanny, you are in the wrong here. Shanny, you are in the wrong here.
Man.
Oh, God, man. She's
We're going to pay for your bill and you didn't pay, man.
Hey, Shanny, you in the wrong here.
Man, that's crazy.
Okay, this is you mind your own fucking business.
First of all,
Shanny, you made it public.
Business. He made
Shanny, you made it public. It's everyone's business now. You made it public.
You made it public,
Yeah,
Shanny.
you made it public, so everyone.
No, you can't make this up. How many of you caught that? You got three. Okay, you got myself and I forget his name in the room as Christians in there arguing against Shanny. At this time, Shanny claims that she's a Christian, right? But before Drag ever said it, no, actually, that's not true. That's not true because I don't know everything that Drag's ever said on here. I keep saying Drag because at this time he was the main protagonist that was dealing with both me and Shanny back then. Obviously, the game has changed now, but it's funny because I hear the atheists constantly say, "Oh, it's everybody's business because you made it public." But in my own room, you got two Christians actually saying the same thing to her, and she still don't get it. That when she makes something public, you make it everybody else's business. This is why I used to tell her all the time, keep your life private. But this woman don't want to do that. She wants everybody in her business so she can get on here and claim that everybody's not minding their business. She is just so full of it, it's not even funny.
Everyone knows it's everyone's business.
Public.
Do none of that stuff.
Look at what I got. Look at what I got. Look at what I got. I'm a hot shot now. Look at me.
Hey, Shanny, you're not representing Christ right now.
No, I'm representing myself.
No, you ain't
Where's
representing
your Christianity, though?
Representing myself.
Where's your Christianity? So
Myself.
is your name not Christianity?
He's representing Satan right now.
It's none of his business. None of his business. This is between me and you. This is between me and you.
Okay.
Shanny, is your name not Shanny for Christ?
This is between me and you.
Are you a Christian, Shanny?
This is between me and you.
Shanny, I'm asking you a question. Are you a Christian, yes or no?
I ain't gonna take this fucking dog pound.
Are you a Christian, yes or no?
Everything. I give you everything.
I'm going to read the book of Galatians here now, and I'm going to read about the fruits of the Spirit.
Tomorrow?
You don't want to hear about the Bible. That's why you wanted to get me high, right, Shanny? That's why you wanted to get me high, right, Shanny? You wanted to get me high.
Ooh.
Let's talk about this stuff, Shanny. Let's talk about this. Oh, G-Man, I gave you a house. The least you can do, G-Man, is to let me get you high. You want to talk about this, Shanny? Let's.
Oh man, I remember that one. I remember that. I was on the phone with Shanny, and they gave me a house. I learned all this stuff about them because of the paperwork in here. And I think David Weiser might get a good laugh out of this one because I got on the phone with them and we was talking about like me going out to Colorado and everything and whatnot. And she says, you know what, G-Man, you should let me get you high just one time. You should let me get you high just one time. And I remember that on the phone and whatnot. And the way I was behaving and acting at this particular time, my God, man. I would have told the whole world on her right then and there, man, because the stuff that I was holding on to, Drag didn't even know yet. Like, he didn't even know any of this stuff yet. You know what I mean? I was like, man, if I start talking on here about some of the stuff that this woman said to me over the phone, you know what I mean? Oh, my God. So, yeah, I was losing it. That at this particular point, y'all have no idea how close I was to cussing her out on camera. It's not even funny. Y'all just don't know how close I was to doing that. When I get that way, it's time to cut the computer off. That's all I got to say because after a certain point with me, I know myself well enough that it's time to cut the computer off, because if I don't, I'm gonna regret it. I'm really gonna regret it. Not her, not the Christian audience. They would have heard me saying things that would have been used against me for the rest of my life had I not. Oh God, man, I was really losing it at this time. I like this woman has gotten under my skin like no other person. Like Dragnet. Everybody think when I made those threats and everything, when I was in the, let me tell you something. Nobody has ever gotten under my skin the way this woman has.
Let's talk about this. And you want to know what?
I'm so horrible
I
person.
want to talk to Red. Somebody told me on the phone.
You're not having electricity tomorrow, motherfucker.
Exactly. She can't.
Did you hear what she said? I'm not gonna have no electricity tomorrow, you MF. That's what she said. I got Carrie here, so Carrie will probably review this and then say it the way it needs to be said. But I can't say it. But the point of the matter is that this woman said she was gonna cut the electricity off. This is when I got evicted. You know, she gave me everything. She never treated me like anything. Let me tell you guys something. The electricity went off in the middle of the winter. And she publicly announced that she was going to do it because she didn't like the fact that $50 went on BTR instead of a phone bill. $50. Shanny, I hope you're watching this because you do need a bit of a reminder of why you're in this situation that you're in. You're not in this situation because you're suffering from fake fibro, fake cancer, fake pain, and fake all the others. You're in this situation because this is what you have done to other people, and now you're going through it. Except I didn't go through this very long. And I'll explain that in the next video. And the next video is going to be extremely historic on this channel, as I'm going to do something on this channel I have never done before when I do part 2. Part 2 is going to be good. Y'all know like I know, y'all better be taking your screenshots because you're not going to get another one after that one. That's all I know. Part 3 might be as good, but part 2 is probably going to be the best. So let's get back to the video and listen to the conversation I'm going to have with this gentleman here real quick for a little bit. Hold on, let me mute the microphone.
And she, this was something wrong with her. She actually said that to me on the phone. Oh, I gave you a house, so the least you can do is let me get you high.
Hey, real quick, G-Man. So you took before and after pictures of the house, right?
Yes, I got them. Yes, and I have a lot of. I also have a lot of receipts proving that I had contractors come here and do a whole lot of work. This woman owes me a lot. Once I get kicked out of here, they owe me a lot of money, and I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
Not
you're going to win that lawsuit.
In this Commonwealth that I'm living in right now, that's going to protect me.
I also will never forget when that lawyer told me I had a 40%, what was it, a 40 or 50%? No, I had a 40% chance of beating her in court because I was planning on going to court saying she gave me the house. Of course, you could tell I'm retarded and I don't know the laws for getting a house. I didn't sign anything. All I had was what they emailed to me, giving me permission to be there and things like that. She would never be able to have a case for rent because I could prove that she said I could stay there rent free because she was going to give me the house, that they was going to give me the house or whatever. This is also during the time when I thought that they were actually married, that they had a marriage certificate and they were married. When I say that I was ignorant, yes, I did see a lawyer, Lubis. That's not true. I did see a lawyer. The man wanted, I think he said he wanted $2,000 something or whatever. Now, my family said that if I was serious, they would help me. Here's the problem, though, okay? When somebody tells you you got a 40% chance and you're somebody like me who grew up poor, $2,000 is a lot of money. And I'm not about to go to court and lose and waste money like that. That's not going to happen. There has to be another purpose for it, right? So the lawyer told me I had a 40% chance. And he said the main reason was this. In Scranton, if nothing was signed, you basically what's going to happen is it's going to give you more time to get out. And that's about it. I couldn't even get them on fraud, which is why the second time when I got the house, the very first thing I made him do, and I mean this, when I say everything, I'm not just talking about just going back there to visit. Anything and everything that pertained to that house had to be in writing with a signature. If it did not have that, I did not do anything. When I go through it the first time, lesson learned. When I go through it the second time, there's hell to pay this time. Because I learned my lessons.
For what she's trying to do.
If she does try to do all that stuff to you, you are going to win that lawsuit. Do you have any tenant agreement or anything like that?
No, I don't have nothing. And I've been bugging her for 6 months. And I've always been suspicious about that. See, what I think is this. I think that she tried to get me to come here and do a bunch of free work for her so she can throw me out later. That's what I think this whole thing was about.
And you want to know what? That's what I really believed then. At that particular time, I thought that they wanted me to do free work on it so that they could sell the house. But in reality, it would turn out that she was planning on spending all of that guy's money and thinking she was coming home to me. That's what she actually thought was what was going to happen. And I think that's the reason why she wanted me to go, that she wanted me to go to Colorado. Because her man had wet brain and she really thought I wanted her. And she probably thought that I was going to, oh God, no. No, I don't even like talking that way about her because it makes me nauseous. But anyway, let's get to the thingy here.
Because I fixed this entire place up.
Yeah, no, you're gonna win that lawsuit. I mean, I think I don't know much about the law, but the little I do know, it kind of seems like an easy case for you.
It's a vacancy law that they have over here that I'm going to use against them when they come. That's doing what the Lord told me to do. All right. Mm-hmm. Please explain to your newlywed wife that I am obligated and bound to do what my Savior told me to do, and I am not.
God,
now, Jason, if you're watching this, remember during this time, I thought you was a Christian. During this time, I thought you cared about the words of Jesus, okay? I'm going to show people what you did on the old Revelation News channel again in the future, not today, because I don't want these videos to be too long. But the point is that, dude, you are supposed to be the, quote, man of the house. You are supposed to be the one who knows the word of God. And if you can't even stand on it, what does that say about you, dude? Well, if we fast forward to 2023, you know, I don't think I'm saying a whole lot. But the point is, during this time, I actually thought these people were saved. Whoever believes that Christians can't be deceived, I'm sorry, I got to disagree with you, because yes, we can.
Get off the high horse.
Could you please tell her that, Rev? And if you, yes,
and I didn't do anything that Jesus told me to do, huh, G-Man? Did I? Yeah, in it.
Okay, so can I get an answer from Rev? I'm talking to Rev.
And then you bash it. Then you bash the gift.
When I went to what was the name of that town they live in? What's the name of that town they live in Pennsylvania? When I went to I keep thinking the street, but I can't think of the town. Anyway, so when I went to PA and I saw them, this is how it went. I'm talking to Rev, and she's the one in my face talking. I mean, this is literally what happened when I saw them in person. The only difference is she was standing up in no pain whatsoever, going back and forth on my face, sitting down, getting up like there was nothing wrong with her. And by the way, anybody ever notice how much energy she's displaying? She ain't showing no pain. She ain't got no fibro. She ain't complaining about no cancer or none of that garbage. Anyway, let's continue.
You get?
I'm actually asking Rev a question. I want Rev to answer me. Rev, can you answer me, please?
I mean, I don't know what to say, man. I don't.
Okay, I understand it. So My thing is this. I believe that a lot of things are being taken out of proportion. I have a Skype, even though my phone's off. Anybody can call me on Skype at any time. You can contact me on G+, my email, or anything like that. Everybody knows my information, for crying out loud. Because of the Dragoons, everybody knows my name and everything and whatnot, right?
So you were given money purposely to pay for that cell phone, and you did not pay for it.
Oh, my God. My phone will be on tomorrow. When I get my paycheck, my phone will be on tomorrow. And you know what? You're going to be getting some money.
Why did you lie about it? Why did you do with the money?
Because how you going to act, Shanny? I don't want nothing from you no more. I'm going to pay you back every...
I'm tired of being lied to by people. You should know that by now.
You also notice that I said I was going to give her back her little $50. Now, like I said, to this very day, I think it's strange that millionaires, and mind you, they wasn't millionaires, they were thousandaires. They were upper middle class, I guess. I don't know nothing about that stuff. So they were upper middle class, right? So crying about $50. $50. $50. Let me see something here. Is it $50 about like 20 pounds of copper? No. It ain't 20 pounds of copper. That's about 28 pounds of copper. I would say about 80 pounds of brass, depending on what kind of brass you got. $50 is 5 tens. It's not a lot of money to a person who lost 100 grand in the stock market. 125 grand according to this liar. But anyway, $50, Shanny. $50. Anyway, let's continue.
I'll pay you back. I'll eat out of a garbage can, and I'm going to pay you.
By the way, Shanny, in hindsight, how do you explain Rev 750,000? You keep sitting there saying that $50. What happened to Rev $750,000? That's what I want to know. What happened to his $750,000, Shanny? Can't make this stuff up.
For a moment. Shut up for a moment.
I want to make sure of it.
You should know I am tired of people using me. You should know I'm tired of it. You should know I'm tired of being used. I'm tired of being scammed. I'm tired of being lied to.
That doesn't make any sense. How am I using you? I defend you more than anybody. You know what? Don't worry about that. I'm going to stop doing that too, because when I stop doing that, you'll start complaining about that.
Oh, you already did that. You already trashed me enough, G-Man.
Shanny?
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Spoken. Are you spoken?
Yo.
No, I don't want spoken in the middle of this. This is between me and David. This is between me and you. This shouldn't even be live. This shouldn't even be live.
Are you people on my YouTube channel, Shanny?
This isn't between me and
you
spoken.
made
This is
this public.
between
This is
you
two-way
and
street.
me.
Shanny,
You put this on YouTube, Shanny.
I don't hear Shanny. But
It's
you,
between me
right now,
and
Shanny,
you.
right now, Shanny, you're abusing your mind control, Shanny.
Why are you doing this? Why are you allowing someone in the middle of our conversation?
We're having a conversation.
It's none of his business.
Shanny, I shouldn't know any of this, but you put all of this on
YouTube.
YouTube.
Get out of here and mind your own business.
You put all of this on YouTube. It's everybody's business now.
Business.
You have to understand the consequences of your actions. You put this all on YouTube. Everyone knows about this now.
I want y'all to take a wild guess who myself and this other gentleman sound like right now. For $50. That's what she wants everybody to believe, that this was over $50. Yep. Over $50. $50. But that's not even the reason why I'm laughing right now. I'm laughing because both of us are saying that it becomes everybody's business when she decides to get on YouTube and talk about all of this. And she did not learn from this. She'll be doing this for the next 2 to 3 years on here. Actually, even to this very day. And it will continue to destroy her life because she's too dumb to keep her life private. Ain't that right, Shanny?
But G-Man, he gets a slap on the wrist for stealing money, right?
Nobody should know about this.
Slap on the wrist. I was rebuking him and asking him, what did he do for money?
I didn't steal no money. I didn't steal no money.
Where
Shanny, I
did
think
his
you're
cell
doing
phone
this
money
with
go
you,
to?
Shanny.
Where did his cell phone money go to, G-Man?
When I'm wrong about
Answer me. Why can't you answer that
you
question?
didn't have a conversation with. Is this what you did with your last husband?
Where
You need
did
to let me ask you
the cell phone money I gave you
again.
for the cell phone to be turned on go to?
Shanny, this is what we're gonna do, Shanny. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna save all my
Where did the money go
Shanny,
to?
let me finish, Shanny. This is what I want to do.
Why don't you answer the question directly?
I bought food.
What
Shanny.
did you do
I had
with
no
it?
food in here, Shanny. I had no food in here. Okay, and then I was freezing in here, and I had no oil in the furnace. So I'm gonna say this again.
Oh, gee. 2 days before I gave you money for the phone, I gave you $100 for food.
Again,
2 weeks after that, I gave you $200. You could have had money for your phone. How did you the phone?
Shanny, this is not a conversation, Shanny, and I got neighbors next door, okay? So let me
I don't
finish.
care. They're not going to hear me.
Okay, so here we go now, okay? This is what we're going to do. I'm going to gather all my receipts for the repairs that I did on the roof and in the basement.
Don't mute me. The repairs for your roof didn't come out of your pocket, G-Man. It came out of the stuff we gave you along with the house.
That's what I'm going to do now, because nobody can hear you. So look, okay? I'm gonna present all of the receipts to you, okay? You can have this house back. I'm gonna present to you all of the receipts, okay, for all of the repairs that I did in here and whatnot, okay? After I do that and you reimburse me, you give me 10 days and I'm out of here, okay? When I'm out of here, okay? Once I'm out of here, okay? I will agree to sign whatever documents you want me to sign, but I won't talk about certain things and I won't say certain things. I have no problem whatsoever.
So allow me to elaborate what I was saying there. Basically, I basically wanted to be compensated for the money that got put into and the labor and the money that got put into fixing that house up. That's number one. Number two, I learned a lot of stuff about these two in that house. Long before Dragon anybody else knew about these things. All right. The reason why I knew about things about his mother and his father and his uncle and all these other things and whatnot, because all that stuff that was directly behind me. Okay, all of the paperwork that was over there that I was told to go through, right? Not to mention all of his phones was there. How many of you, because I know Sabella's watching. How you doing, Sabella? Dave's watching. How many of you remember Shanny telling everybody about the D pick? How many of you know about that? Well, that phone was left there too, because when they decided to pack up everything to go to Boulder, he left his driver's license, he left his social security card, she left all of her stuff there. They left all the ACs on, they left the lights on. They just left. They just got up and they went to Boulder. No normal person does that. They just got up and just left everything that was important that was there. So I learned a lot of stuff about these guys when I was over there. So when I was saying that I'll sign a document that says I won't talk about this and I won't talk about that, I meant that. I would have signed it and I wouldn't have said nothing. But I know too much about these two. Way too much about these guys during this time. And what I was saying in my head, and I didn't say this out loud, I think into a future video. I said, man, when I get out this house, I am going to obliterate these two. And you know I did it. So let's and by the way, the reason why you can't see none of that stuff, because most of those videos was done on the channel called Marked by God. But if you can find the archive, I'm sure somebody made an archive of it. You'll see all the original videos I made about her. Believe you me, I ripped into her. There's one video that exists. G-Man Marked by God destroys Shanny for Christ. But that's not honestly the best video I ever made. I made way better videos than that. Dealing with her. As a matter of fact, I'm still trying to find it. It's not on my YouTube channel on private or unlisted, but I do own a video. I have the conversation between myself, Chris, and Shanny, where I troll the ever-living daylights of them. As a matter of fact, I might even still have the voice message where Chris threatened to beat me up if I came to Duluth. Talk to Shanny or something like that. Oh God, I hope I can find that stuff for this series, because if I do, you guys are gonna be in for a treat. But you're definitely gonna see the the message that really made her act like this, because this had nothing to do with $50. Shanny was lying through her teeth during this time. And I'm gonna show everybody what this was really all about at the end of the day, because it's time that this woman got the ultimate G-smack. The ultimate G-smack. Because the atheist community, when they was confronted about this, obliterated her, destroyed her, humiliated her, humbled her, devoured her. They should have gave her a bath while they was at it.
Ever. But because you are deliberately lying on my YouTube channel, Shanny, and are getting on here and saying things that is not true, Shanny, okay? I'm sorry. I can't deal with you no more. I'm not a liar, but I'm gonna get my receipts.
You are a liar!
I need a fax number.
Everything that house came from us.
Everything in this house is in the garbage. You told me to throw everything away, and that's what I did.
A liar!
I threw everything in the garbage. So
You're
this was
such a filthy fucking liar. I
Shanny,
hope Jesus knows exactly who you are.
Shanny, look at yourself.
You're using your subscriber count. I'm mad because I'm being used.
Shanny, look at yourself.
Look at yourself right now.
I don't care about the views.
He knows I'm angry.
Yo, Rev, let's calm down.
Personality disorder. He knows I can't control my emotions.
Yo, Rev, when she comes
I'm
in,
not using you. I'm one of your biggest defenders.
Using my husband.
I am you. I am one of your biggest defenders on here. I'm one of your biggest defenders on here.
It's saying I'm using my husband.
Why can't I talk directly to Rev? I can prove to you that you're told that. Yeah, you're saying that and not him. Let's talk to Rev. Rev, can you do me a favor, Rev?
Yeah.
Okay? Not Shanny. Not Shanny. Can you please tell me how I'm using you? And don't repeat what she's saying to you. Out of your own mouth, can you tell me how I'm using you?
Well, if you say you're going to use money for something and not use it, then that is using, right?
Okay.
So, right? Okay.
Right.
So, okay. So, I mean, if that's the case, then it would be using. So,
Right.
So if the case is now that the phone's paid.
No, it's not. You like to pay the phone.
Shanny, Shanny, you cannot let him stress a certain way, Shanny. Calm down. Go ahead, Rev.
You.
Calm down. I don't want the man to Lord Jesus, I don't want nothing to happen to him. Stop it. Let him talk. Go ahead,
I don't want anything to happen to him, but it's okay to have everything to happen to me and sue me. Oh, I need to reimburse you, right?
Damn, Shanny, this is live on camera. You're gonna go to jail. Let him talk.
Go to jail for what? Go to jail for what? Who am I harming? Who am I harming?
Let him talk, Shanny. You know he has the condition. Let him talk, please. Go ahead, Rev.
That's it. I said what I need to say, man. That's all I
Right. And thank you, Rev, and I appreciate that.
I think it would be best for you guys to part ways.
Now, wait a minute.
It would be best for you guys to part ways.
Spoken. 1 second, spoken. Hold on. So, Rev, you came in here, Rev, Revelation News.
Yes.
When she came in here, she asked me what I did with the money. I explained to her what I did with the money. Okay?
Yes.
I asked her to repeat what I said. She's not going to be able to do it. I told her what I did with it. I paid for food. I paid my phone bill. I paid the ministry bill. I get this bill every month, you know what I mean?
Your phone bill, but your phone is off.
Can I finish? Okay? I paid
phone
for gas.
bill, but your phone is off. You make no sense. Don't lie.
I paid for gas, okay, and I paid for food, okay, and then I had to and then I paid my my blog talk, okay. Tomorrow I have like
you should have
about
paid for your phone before your stupid blog talk.
Pay my balance.
We should have paid for what we told we.
And this is where this is where I disagree fundamentally with any type of nonsense like this. Okay, so my blog talk was my ministry, right? And I felt like the Hebrew Israelite thingies I was doing was more important at the time, and I paid for that. All right, my phone bill eventually got paid for, and it wasn't because of Shanny. But I did pay for the blog talk, and I believe I was justified for doing that. I do not believe the way that she's behaving justifies $50. Now remember, fast forwarding, when I let them live inside of that house, this woman was given $500 by the uncle, and she spent it on Delta 8. $500. Okay, she didn't give it back to the uncle. I gave her money to pay for her phone bill, and I didn't, and she didn't use it for that, and she used it for Delta 8. I didn't make a big deal about it. That's why I know she's full of caca with this argumentation that she's making right now. And people need to understand why I was so bloody angry with these two the first time around. Let's go back into this.
We gave you the money for, giving the money for someone to pay for something and they didn't do it. That's using. Do you know what using is?
Nobody's using you. Shanny, you're causing confusion. Shut up and let me show you my PayPal.
You. Would you like
you? Let me show everybody my PayPal account. Hold on a minute.
I hope karma strikes you back and the same thing happens to you someday.
Like I said,
I should really part ways.
Oh yeah, I'm so afraid of karma. I'm so afraid of karma, Shanny, that when you said that, karma did it to you times 3. Never happened to me, but happened to you times 3.
Not going anywhere good.
Shut up! I ain't talking to you. It's none of your business.
I was in the middle of telling you, your hair isn't even long like a lady, so I don't think that verse even applies to you. I think your hair.
Oh, you better get him out of this room now. Get him out of this room now.
Annie, no, I'm not.
Get him out of this room now.
I didn't need a mute. Spoken. I didn't need a mute. Now look. Okay, so this is my PayPal balance. All right. So I'm gonna show you guys this here right here. Okay. That is my PayPal balance. I have $19.29 left. The reason why I know my bill's gonna be paid because I'm gonna take some of the money that I'm getting tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna buy me some food and I'm gonna pay the $58 for my Boost Mobile bill. That is what I'm going to do. Okay, I do not have enough money to be able to do this because when I put the
it's not about that.
Danny, I'm not done. When I got finished putting oil in the furnace,
when you ask for money for something, and someone gives you money for the particular purpose, you use the money for it. You don't lie about it and hide it.
Shanny, you keep interrupting.
You know, Shanny, you must have felt really big and powerful when I was living in that house and I was a little dependent on others, right? You must have felt really big and powerful, then or whatever, right? You gave G-Man somewhere to live. You know what I mean? You was gonna give him a house. You know what I mean? I didn't properly prepare for any of this nonsense. It must have made you feel real powerful and all strong when you was in the position to give somebody something, because we all know that in 2023, as Shanny's testimony is that she doesn't do anything to anybody and she's tired of being used. Right? You must have felt all big and powerful and strong, Shanny. For those of you who know what happened when I moved out of there, I made her regret she ever heard my name before.
Every time you interrupt me from this point on, I'm muting your microphone, and I'm dead serious. Okay? I'm not joking around with you. Okay? So when I put the oil in the furnace, there is a minimum of 100 gallons that you have to put into this the furnace that's downstairs and whatnot. It cost me $250 to do that. I had to borrow money from my family to do that, Shanny. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't care. You have to be a man and be responsible. Oh, well.
So my whole point for this as a Christian.
Who are you for being a man and being responsible?
I wanna
who are you? Well, I've been responsible for you too.
Shanny,
I've been responsible for a lot of people.
Okay, at the end of the day, guys, I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. I'm a follower of Christ. My Bible tells me that when you give to people, you are not to let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. This is a classic example of people giving for the wrong reasons. Okay? If you really love me in the Lord, Shanny, if you really thought I deserved this, Shanny, this would have been done in private and not in public.
Oh, you liar!
Shanny, you made a YouTube video today,
You
Shanny.
are a
Shanny, you made a
liar.
YouTube video today, Shanny. Shanny, you made a YouTube video today, Shanny. You made a YouTube video today calling me a piece of garbage and matter of fact, you started off saying F me because I made a video about that Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm not done, Shanny. I'm not done, Shanny.
Oh, yeah.
Shanny, let me finish, Shanny, okay? I made a video about this Jesus H Christ. You got mad at me about that. Then you
Can
made
you let me explain why I'm mad at you?
Let
Or
me
are you
finish.
not
You gotta let me
listening?
finish, Shanny. Okay, I made a video about this Jesus H Christ. You got mad at me because of that. Then number two. You
might want to let me talk now.
Then you made a video saying get out of your house. I tried to explain to you multiple times why my phone bill isn't paid, and to prove to my audience, and to prove to both.
I tried to tell you. I gave you money to pay for that phone bill.
Okay, here we go. Here. Okay, so I'm gonna ask her one question, guys. I'm gonna ask her what I did with that money. Let's see what Shanny has to say. Okay, so Shanny was not listening today. When I get her in front of a judge, she'll have to listen then. Shanny, what did I do with the money, Shanny? I'm gonna be quiet and mute my microphone.
I gave you money to pay for that phone, and you did not do it. You are a liar and a deceiver because of that. That's why I'm mad at you. And you're making it about everything else.
You gave me money. You gave me money.
About everything else but your own
You gave me
responsibility like a fucking man.
I'm gonna show you your activity on here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
A man and take responsibility.
Your activity on here for the last 2 months.
A man and take responsibility.
Shanny, I'm gonna show you your activity on here for the last 2 months. I'm actually gonna show you, okay? Because I tried to.
I already know what you're doing. You just show me
I'm
something.
gonna show you your history when I learn how to sit here.
I know you too. I just looked at it, moron.
Hold on a minute. Let me try to find your activity. Where is? Okay, so
I already know what's on the PayPal,
Shanny, you gotta let me finish, Shanny, and you keep over talking. If these people knock on my door one time, asking me why I'm not raising my voice, when I'm asking you to be quiet so I can talk out a little tone, you don't care. That's why you're muted right now. So anyway, so look, I asked you what I did with the money. You can't even tell me. In order for you to tell me what I did, you gotta listen, and this is proof that you're not listening. So I'm gonna ask you this again, Shanny. What did I do with the money? You can say I don't know. Ask me to repeat what I did, or you can admit that I didn't do anything wrong. So I'm gonna increase your volume again, and I want you to tell everybody the truth of what I just got finished saying. Okay? I'm muting. Go ahead.
You lied to me about actually asking about the money about your phone, and you didn't pay for your phone, and you paid for something else. You deceived me. Like every other human being deceives me.
This is a prime example why she doesn't go into y'all Google Hangouts. Shanny is full of caca. The point is, she knows that she can't prove that I asked her for anything. Now, I can show everybody the text messages that went between myself, Shanny, and Rev, which I'm going to do in part 2 to show everybody what was actually said during this particular time. I got no problem with that whatsoever, as well as the real reason she was behaving like this. All right, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you know about if you've been watching these archive channels or whatever. You know what I mean? But she's full of it. She is full of it. Okay, because to destroy me at this particular point, all she got to do is show text messages or play a recording or do any of that stuff to be able to show people how I was lying during that time. She couldn't do none of it. But I promise you this, I'm going to bring up this stuff again and I'm going to show people what was actually being said. She's full of caca.
Me. And I don't like people who deceive. I dislike people who deceive.
Somebody's got to get a clip of that and use it. Somebody's got to use that clip. Isn't this the same person that's been lying about cancer for like the last 8 years or whatever? Isn't this the same person who lies about having fibromyalgia, who lies about having osteoarthritis? Isn't this the same person who lies about being married to Rev? No, Shanny, I think you're all about deceiving people. Aren't you supposed to be the gobbling queen? Aren't you related? Or actually, rumor has it that you are the Minnesota Barracuda that has legend continuity as well as canon.
And one day you're going to get your comeuppance for deceiving.
Okay, so are you done?
I hate you.
Okay, so let's now.
You are an awful human being, G-Man. You are an awful human being.
No, I'm not. So anyway, so listen. So this is her answer, guys. I did not do what she said I was supposed to do, even though I said in the beginning of the month I paid my phone bill on Monday with the G podcast. That was today's the 24th. So that was the 20th. Tuesday, my phone was on. I got the warning saying I had to pay my bill. Wednesday, I wasn't able to give anybody any text messages, and I wasn't able to call nobody. Shanny, I got to be able to tell my side of the story. If all you're doing is yelling at me and talking to me, I'm not going to unmute you. Okay, so look. So Wednesday was the day when Jacob wanted the link. My phone is in charge right now. I can temporarily charge it, I guess, with this thingy over here.
For the Christians and for the people that was watching the G podcast back then, this is one of the reasons why I believe that God came down so hard on Shanny. One of the many reasons. A lot of you probably remember the stream that I did with the Hebrew Israelites with that guy named Jacob, and I was preaching the gospel to him. I was very close, very, very close, live on air to change that guy's mind and get him to come to Christ, come out of that racist Hebrew Israelite nonsense. You know what I mean? It was so close it wasn't even funny. The audience felt it. They saw it coming. He was going to have to admit that his ideology was wrong. And instead of me focusing on that, I had to argue with the Minnesota Barracuda over $50 bloody dollars. Over $50. At the peak of the G podcast, matter of fact, before I moved there, just to show you how non-dependent I was on Shanny. My G podcast was generating anywhere between let me see something here. I think the best donation week I've ever had for the G podcast, I think I was getting anywhere between $800 and $900 a week as far as donations was going on the G-Man channel. At its peak when I was doing the G podcast. Or when I was doing the Bring It Hebrew Israelite shows. I'll put it to you that way. When I was doing the Bring It Hebrew Israelite shows in the G podcast. All this, I'm dependent on Shanny garbage. Now, here's the thing. Oh yeah, Lubis. My show was doing good. That was the best. Some of the other shows I was getting like I would say the lowest shows, I was getting anywhere between like maybe $50 or $75. And you know what I did with that money? And Leader for Christ will testify on this. There are certain people of Shield Squad that knew what I was doing with the money. I would go from where I was to New York and different towns to confront the Hebrew Israelites in person. I went all the way to Philadelphia to face the Hebrew Israelites in person. All this garbage about G-Man mishandles funds. There are so many G-smacks I can hand out on YouTube on this topic alone. It's not even funny. Well, where you getting all this money to get the subway and get this Uber and get this Uber and get this Uber? The people on YouTube donate for me to do this and look for the Hebrew Israelites. They still want me to go to Virginia. They still want me. Some of them want me to go down south to North Carolina. Some of them are looking for me to go to the West Coast over there in California to confront the Hebrew Israelites, over to Seattle to confront the Hebrew Israelites. I still got time for that right now. But the moment I get ready to do that again, I know people are going to pay for that to happen. The G-Man mishandles donations. I can't wait for part 2. I just don't know. But anyway, I'm going to mute this and, whoa, hold on. Come on. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Apologize about that, guys. I'm using this Alienware laptop, And if you make your mouse go a certain way, the news will come on your screen. I don't want that to happen. So let me get back to the video.
I can show you guys. The last message I received from Shanny was that Jacob sent me his email address 4 times. That was the last. And Shanny, you can show everybody your phone and show everybody that the last message that you sent me was Jacob sent me the email address 4 times. I'm telling the truth. Okay? I could not respond to you because Boost kept telling me I didn't have enough credit. So I'm like, okay, I got to pay my phone bill. I know I'm getting money at the end of the week. So when I get my money at the end of the week, I'm going to pay my bill. You paid my bill in the beginning of this month. Matter of fact, you paid Blog Talk and you paid on my bill in the beginning of the month. Nobody said you never did that. I'm talking about now, my new bill.
Yeah, and this is the payment I get. This is the payment I get for helping you out.
You're the one on your line.
Payment I get for helping you out. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for showing me what you give to people who help you out.
And you paid the earlier bill, but now you have a new bill that's not
That's
paid.
what I'm trying to explain to her, but she doesn't hear it because she won't listen.
So you did spend the money on the bill.
Yes, I did, but she doesn't want to listen. And we could have talked about this on the
2 weeks ago.
But instead, it has to be a public document. She said she's not friends with.
Not all phone bills last a month anyway. That depends on the plan.
Hey, I'm going to ask you a question, Shanny, and don't get mad at me about this. Are you a Dragoon, yes or no? Did you become a Dragoon yesterday or something?
And to this very day, I believe that was a fair question. But hey, it was Rev that says I'm a Dragoon. I'm a donating Dragoon. Just saying, that's what he would later say. So it was a fair question when I asked her that. I think she was trying to suck up the dragon, those guys. But we all saw how that went. Because I've been saying for a long time that that's not going to work with those kind of people. It is not going to work. If you think you can't control me, how much more do you think you're not going to be able to control him? Anybody on here think you're going to be able to control Drag? I'm warning you right now. He's smarter than that.
Are you insane?
I'm asking you a question. It's a yes or no answer. Did you become a Dragoon yesterday?
Are you insane?
Oh, my Lord Jesus. Did you become a Dragoon, yes or no?
Yeah, I'm letting you stay in my fucking house and I'm a Dragoon.
Listen to me. Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay, are you a Dragoon, yes or no? Because I'm going to start investigating this to see if you are.
Investigate it, G-Man. Investigate it because you should already know the answer. Okay, you should already know the answer. Are you that stupid?
Oh, the answer is no. The answer is no then.
Obviously, moron.
If I go research this later, I'm not going to find out that you're conspiring with Dragon or nothing like that, right?
No, I'm legitimately pissed off at you for lying.
By the way, in part 2, I'll prove that she was a Dragoon. I'll prove that to some degree or another. Dragna might disagree. Dragna, if you're watching this, I would like to invite you for part 2 of this because this is going to involve you. I would like for you to be here for part 2, sir. I really want you here for part 2. No, you will not be muted. No, you will not be put in the background. No. I need you here for part 2, buddy. Because that one's going to be good. That one's going to be real good.
Lying to me about the phone.
You guys please do a little bit of research for me and find out.
I'm legitimately pissed off about you for lying to me about the phone. Yeah, I'm legitimately pissed off about that.
Oh, Kitty, for crying out loud! If you want your, what is it? $58, $55? If you want that back, I can give you. Hold on a minute. I'm
it's about you lying to me.
I got $19. I got $19 here. I'm gonna send it to you right now. I don't know how to do it. Hold on.
Hello.
I am going to send you. What did you say?
Oh, it's not about the money.
I'm sending you.
You know, most millionaires will be embarrassed if a poor person has to send you $19 to make you feel better. Most millionaires will be embarrassed. If you claim that you're rich, how many of you remember how many different times this woman got on here and said that she was wealthy and she was rich and that she was on a higher level than everybody else? How many of you remember that? And I'm sitting here showing her $19.29, and I'm just getting like, you know what? Let me just send her this old $19. I would be embarrassed if somebody actually said that to me if I was a millionaire. I would be embarrassed if I was a millionaire and I got on YouTube and I was crying about $50, which would equate to toilet paper to that person. Just saying.
Get back to you right now. I'm going to make the rest of it too. So just give me a second.
You lie to me. It's not about money. I don't want the fucking money.
I worship Jesus, not the almighty dollar.
Keep the money. I don't want the money, asshole.
I'm going to get back to you. Hold on.
Hear me? I don't want the money.
Do you have a picture of
It's not about the money. It's that you lied.
I did not lie.
Liar.
Do you have a picture of the bill that you paid?
Out of curiosity, everybody hit number 1 if Shanny lied to you. And I'm serious. If you have had a conversation, text Shanny or anything like that, and she has lied to you, hit 1 in the live chat. Every single time she's lied to you, just put 1 in the live chat. Every time this woman has told you a bold-faced lie. Every time Shanny has lied to you, please put 1 in the live chat. All right. Every single time this woman has lied to you. And I know she's watching. She needs to know what kind of a hypocrite she is at the end of the day. She really does. So while you guys are busy spamming my chat with number 1 and have fun with that, we're going to get back to the madness.
Because if
My bill,
because
I
not
don't have a paper receipt for it, but I did pay the bill in the beginning of the month, and I paid the bill for both. I paid the bill in the beginning of the month, and I paid the bill for Blog Talk Radio in the beginning of the month. Okay. Then you gotta understand, Shanny, I also get donations from my audience. I'm trying to explain this to you, and you won't be quiet long enough for me to do it. Okay. For the last 2 weeks, the last 2 G podcasts, I think I got a $5 donation, and that was it. All right. That's why I kept emphasizing if you guys can give a donation, you can, or whatever or whatnot. Okay.
You can get a job.
Yeah, I do need to get a job. Actually, I had one in New Jersey, but when I
How many of you caught that? She says, I need to get a job. How many of you caught that? Sabella put a whole bunch of Let me put this on here so everybody can see this one. This one's good right here. That's pretty good. That's probably what I should have did. But how many of you caught when she just said, I need to get a job? How many of you caught that? Hey, Shanny, I know you're watching this, Shanny. I know you over there saying I'm such a liar. I'm a liar and all this other mess and whatnot. Right, Shanny? Didn't you just tell me to get a job, Shanny? This would be a reoccurring theme with the two of you, right? When you were sitting on your high horse, sitting there spending all of his, well, when the Minnesota Barracuda was sitting there spending all of the Webster's money, right? On stupid stuff that you didn't need. And the only thing you got to show for it, which I don't even think you own anymore, is that black, nasty, dirty, flea-ridden, disgusting, pee-pee drenched, dog doodle smelling, funky smelling, musky smelling, coochie smelling black sweater you got. Okay, and I could have gave you more adjectives, but I was being careful about my language. You know what I mean? So let's get back to the show, shall we? But yeah, G-Man had to get a job. Yeah, definitely.
I had it in New Jersey.
No one told you you should.
Wait a minute. I had one in New Jersey, but because of certain individuals on the internet, I didn't have it for very long. And then I was doing construction, and then you made a YouTube video saying, G-Man, I have something for you. I'm living in.
And during this time, I was very unemployed at this time. I was very unemployed.
And that's something that you guys signed for me. I haven't been given an opportunity to settle in here or nothing like that yet. Nor have you even met me halfway where I can sign some piece of paper so I can actually go out there and find one. Okay? You want to talk about this in public? We can do this. There's a lot of things I can bring up right now. All right? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay? I'm going to get me a job because I'm seriously thinking about going back to New Jersey. I am seriously thinking about that.
Have fun.
It ain't worth it. So the bottom line is I want to be reimbursed for all of this freaking work that I had.
Reimbursed for what? How much money did you see? Oh, I sold this and I sold this, Shanny, and I sold this. I ain't reimbursing you for shit.
You know what? Maybe
I didn't force you to do anything in the house. You're the one who broke into the house the first time, dumbass.
That's going to be a great topic to get into. You know, according to her, I broke into it. Yeah, with your permission. When I broke the glass of the door to get inside, in order to get in. That's number one. All right. Number two, you kept sitting there saying that actually first you were saying that I sold things in there to fix the thing, which I did. I sold a lot of stuff in there to make some of the repairs in there, but I had a lot of guys going in there doing things on credit, and you know I said that to you on the phone when we talked and when we chatted in the text message. All right. Now, here's the thing, though, Shanny. Later on, when I'm out of that house, you would start telling Rev that I never showed any proof that I cleaned the place. I'm sorry, not cleaned it, that I fixed anything there. Then I made that video on the G-Man channel, and I showed everybody how the roof looked before. I showed the contractor on the roof fixing it, and I showed the finished work. Then your dumb behind came all the way from Boulder, Colorado, when you guys spent all of your money and came, oh my God, you actually really did fix everything. Oh my God, the place looks great.
Hey, you want to release all this shit? Don't start this shit with me.
So again, the roof in here.
Reimbursed for what? I didn't hire you to do shit. I ain't reimbursing you for nothing.
Then, so I guess
you willingly fixed everything.
And that's where we have another disagreement. You see, and this involves the city directly. And I mentioned this before, and I'm going to mention it again. Shanny, you know, no roof work cannot be done without a permit. The only way I can get a permit if the owner of the house gives me permission to do it. You are a moron, Shanny. Okay? You're in my field now. You don't know what you're talking about. All right? You can't do roof work without a permit, especially in that town. If I stood on the roof just to look at the mountains for a little bit, excuse me, sir, you can't do any work up there. Give me a break.
Slave then. I mean, slave. I'm not going to be compensated for the money.
Yeah, you're my slave, man. You're my slave. You're my slave, right? You're my slave.
You better go on the internet and go look at those.
I didn't
laws again, honey.
I paid you.
You got a case.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, guys, listen.
Yeah.
There's two ceilings in the kitchen that was on the floor. The radiator that's in the kitchen was almost underground. Okay.
I didn't know that.
Come on, Shanny. Stop it, Shanny. Come on. Stop it.
I'll show the video. I'll show the photos again about some of the damages that was there. That house was disgusting when I first got there. I don't know what you guys saw when y'all went to Boulder, but like I said, the kitchen ceiling was on the floor with a whole bunch of rainwater. His mother's room, the master bedroom, the bedroom that Shanny and Red would eventually bathe in funk and doo-doo and pee-pee and urine and fungus feet and everything else in the book. That ceiling was on the floor. The other room, the walls are all jacked up. That place was disgustingly bad. It was bad when I first got there. Okay, the roof was caving in. They was going to condemn the place. I have copies of the paperwork to prove it. The radiator that was in the kitchen was sinking in because Rev never decided to upgrade his floor. There was so much stuff going on that people on YouTube just didn't know. You know what I mean? They knew that place was a piece of garbage. They knew it. They knew that place just needed a little bit of TLC and needed some work done. But I don't get how a person, to this very day, I still can't get how a person's got that much money and don't do nothing with a building like that. I will never understand that. I ain't got that kind of money, and I certainly made sure work got done. That is for sure.
Right now, all of this and whatnot.
You are so full of it.
Whatever.
You are so.
And whether somebody gives you a house that's already put together or somebody gives you an abandoned building, whether somebody gives you a Roach Motel, that's an abandoned building. When you get it, you're supposed to take care of it. That is the mentality that I have. All right. This woman, I think I really believe the first time around this woman wanted a relationship with me. She wanted to control me, and she thought I was some punk like Chris was. And I was, well, actually, you know what? Let me rephrase that. She thought that I was going to be as nice as Chris was. She thought I was a punk like Rev, and she thought I was going to be like Doug. And I was just going to be some simpleton that was going to just let this woman just do whatever she want, and I was going to be her little pet chia pet or whatever. That just wasn't going to happen. Anybody can watch my personality on here and know for a. Let me tell you something. There are some people on here that will argue G-Man's nice. G-Man is this caring person. Look at what he did, all this other stuff and whatnot. But there are some other people in here. Them same people will tell you. I am not Jason. Get that through your thick head, Shanny.
So full of it.
If she doesn't want to reimburse you, just take it to court. Y'all should just part ways.
Reimburse him for what? For what? I didn't do anything. Reimburse him for what?
Okay, first of all, in Pennsylvania, you can't wait a minute, Shanny. In Pennsylvania, first of all, you can't just kick somebody out in the street like that. We have to go to court for that. That's number one. And number two, when I came here, and I'm not going to all the glory.
I let you realize it requires
information to be put. I'm not going to do that. The bottom line is I repaired a lot of things in here, and a lot of my contractor friends. And let me tell you, I got my receipts for it. And you know I'm in debt to these people, and I have to pay them back. I'm going to get reimbursed.
Not mine.
You know what? Who made the eviction video today? Who made that video?
What?
You made an eviction video. I got it downloaded to my computer. You made a video so G-Man get out of my house. Okay,
yeah.
I
don't know if you guys seen the video, but she says, I won't pick up the phone. I won't talk to her. Get the blank out of her house. Get out of her house now. That's what she basically told me, because I won't pick up the phone. Let me tell you something. Back then, I was an idiot. You know, being the age that I am now with the life experience that I have now, I wish this version of me that she would have said that garbage to. Wait a minute. You want to evict me because I won't talk to you on the phone? Not only am I not leaving, I'm going back to bed because this is a joke of a video. That's what I would say today. That's what I would have said today. Back then,
I'm going to be reimbursed for all of the money that I spent in this place.
You don't need to. I'd reimburse for what? You spent it on your own accord. I didn't tell you to spend it.
I didn't care.
Let me say this, Shanny. You are lucky I didn't know that you wasn't a $5,000 a month allowance. You are so lucky that I didn't know that, because if I would have known that, if I would have known that you was on a $5,000 woman, I would have you would have never had no halls when I was done with you, because you would have been paying for attorneys, you'd have been paying for lawyers, and I certainly would have gave you a receipt for all these sheriffs coming over to, because you know, as much as, listen to me, people can say what they want about me or Drag or whatever, and the things that I said about this guy. Let me tell you something. Drag could have said whatever he wanted. He could have did the Summer of G-Man 43. With the right circumstances, I'd have gave Drag everything he needed to eviscerate her. You understand what I'm saying? I would have gave him anything and everything he needed to destroy her. You're lucky I didn't know that you was on a $5,000 a month allowance. Now, this is where I'm stupid. Okay? This is where I'm stupid. For all I know, Drag already knew this. And if I would have just humbled myself and asked him, I said, Drag, is she on a monthly allowance or something like that? You know what I mean? If I would have paid a little bit more attention to these channels, because apparently these channels were spitting out a lot of facts about Shanny, looking back at it from now going backwards or whatever. But back then, I wasn't really watching those videos that hard, because I was told by the Christian community to ignore them. Some of the worst advice I ever got in my life. I will never, ever, ever, ever follow that ignoring them nonsense again. I'm watching everybody on here now. I'm staying in tune with everything that's going on. And I mean that to the letter. But you understand something, Shanny. You lucky I didn't know about, because you would have been broke faster than 3 years. You would have been broke inside of a year. Because I'd have made, I'm telling you, all these police visits that came over there, you would have got that times 20. because I actually knew where you were. I don't know about the other people because, again, I wasn't watching their channels. In hindsight, it looks like they did know, but I certainly would have made your life a living hell. You just don't know.
I guess I'm gonna have to be reimbursed for all the stuff you threw out and reimbursed for all the stuff you sold, Divine.
Okay, some of the CD. Okay, the heavy metal.
Yeah,
hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. The CD,
do you want to really go into the
wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on.
details right now online and make yourself look
The CD.
You need to really make yourself look worse right now.
Let me finish.
God,
CD. I'm gonna tell you what I sold. I'm gonna tell you what I sold because I raised about $2,000 to go to the roof. Okay, this place was falling apart. I have a
It's
paper.
not my fault. I told you it was falling apart.
We're gonna condemn the place.
I told you it was
my wife
falling
wants to say
apart.
something real quick.
I told you it was falling apart. Did I?
And what Shanny didn't understand is that she told me it was falling apart, and I began to fix it. Right? This is where our dispute came in. She changed her mind and decided that she didn't want to do it. And this is where she would have won the court case. Why? Shanny would have won the court case because I didn't sign anything. Where I had a possibility of being compensated was this. I had an argument that she was trying to commit fraud, that she wanted me to go there, fix the place up, and then try to sell it without compensating me one penny. That was my case. And I was told I had a 40% chance of beating this woman. 40%. Would you have spent the money? Absolutely not, because I certainly wasn't going to. I wasn't going to try to raise that kind of money and try to do that. Nope, wasn't going to happen. But by then, the Christian community was so much on my side, I would have raised a heck of a lot more than some $2,000 to go after her. That is a promise. You know that guy Spoken that's in the room with me in this particular video? I believe his wife is a lawyer. I believe that's what he told me. His wife was a lawyer. Oh, believe you me, I was being offered a lot of assistance to go after her. But the people that I was talking to in Scranton at that particular time, they were talking about 40%. And I think personally, the lawyer I was talking to was right about the legal advice he was giving me. But I also got the vibe that the guy might have been a little bit prejudiced considering what I was trying to do. But I think he kind of emphasized a little bit with me when I showed him just one, and I mean just one short video about the eviction video. He looked at that, and just out of pity, he decided to give me some legal advice. I wish I would have been in the room when he saw that eviction. She can't do that. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it is what it is. I was dumb. I was dumb with a capital D. That's why it was so easy for people to come after me back then. Oh, it's a different story now. Way different now.
I'm not telling you what was falling apart.
My wife wants to do something
there, and the people want to know how you think you're going to get away with it. And then you want to say you're not going to reimburse me. I got that all day long.
Mute Shanny real quick.
And we go to court, I'm going to win that thing without trying. I don't even got to be there.
Mind his own fucking business.
Can you please stop talking Spoken like that? And cursing is a sin.
I don't care.
Mute Shanny real quick.
Can you start talking with Spoken with a little bit of respect? He's a Christian. And cussing's a sin. And Shanny's response, I don't care. That's right, because she got all that money in her pocket. Who needs Jesus when you got that much money in your pocket, right, Shanny? Now all of a sudden you're a Democrat. Now all of a sudden you care about we the people. Now all of a sudden you care about civil rights. Now all of a sudden you get the shut up, Shanny. Just shut up.
Because my wife wants to tell you.
So is lying. So is lying. So is deception.
You're witness against me, Shanny.
Yo, G-Man, my wife wants to tell you some legal
You're
stuff.
the one who lied.
My
Go
wife
ahead.
wants to tell you some legal stuff real quick. Go ahead.
Stuff. It's none of your business, Spoken. Mind your own business. I'm telling you, this is between.
Spoken.
You're so messy. You're so
Shanny, 1 second, Shanny. Hold on.
You're
Spoken.
an asshole. I
My
want
wife wanted to give you some legal advice.
Hold on a minute, Shanny. Spoken. Listen to me, Spoken. Listen, okay? Just stay out of this for today. I'll do another Google Hangout another day or whatever, and we can talk about this if this doesn't get resolved. All right. So,
my wife just remind me that my wife wants to give you a little bit of legal advice about this matter.
All right, cool. You contact me privately in Google Plus. Let me increase.
This is what Shanny didn't understand about that day. A lot of her friends that was Christians at that time were no longer her friends. And I was getting, I mean, even Rand Campbell, I don't know how many of you remember him. Sabella knows him because she was part of the Triple R gang and those guys and whatnot. Dave knows about Rand too. Rand had a nice little business. Even Rand wanted to financially help me get a lawyer to bury her. Okay. And I think that's when Rand started flirting around with the flat earth stuff, I think, and everything and whatnot. But I wasn't really interested in going after all of that and whatnot. But Rand was even, everybody and their mama was like, gee, man, anything I can do to help you with that woman, anything I can help you with that. A lot of people was offering help. Dave gave me a donation, and I still got that quote. He says, here's $1,000. And what did Dave say? He said, this was when I was getting money to get out the house and whatnot, right? Dave said, here's $1,000. Tell that, well, I can't repeat everything he said, but he said, we'll use the word well, okay? He said, tell that well where she can stick that house, that she can basically stick the house up her behind and whatnot, and told me, don't worry about it. Use this money any way you want or whatever. Basically, I used that money and the other donations I got to ultimately get out of there. That's a long story short, but the point of the matter is I had a lot of support. Even this atheist called, and he didn't like me. If you ever get a chance and you want to laugh at me a little bit, there's a channel called, oh my God. Oh boy, what was it called? I got a blank in my head. What was that video? What's that channel called? The guy who does, Sabella, help me out here. The channel was called not the channel, but the video was called G-Man preaching to the cussing choir or whatever. Side 10 Atheist. His name was Side 10 Atheist. If you stop watching this right now and just quickly go to Google and type in Side 10 Atheist, you'll see that he does a whole bunch of choirs and stuff on there. And he's got Dillahunty on there, me on there, Bionic Dance on there, but he's got one on me on there and whatnot. And a lot of us knew about him or whatever. But even he donated. A lot of the people that didn't like my line of argumentation still helped me. Nobody helped her. Zero. Nobody helped her at all. Absolutely hilarious. Look up Side 10 Atheist. Oh boy. Let me get this. Wait a minute. Hold on, guys. Give me a second here. What the? Okay, there we go. Yeah, look up Side 10 Atheist. Side 10 Atheist. Carrie, if you want to see something on there, go to Side 10 Atheist. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Let me mute this.
The volume. Hold on. Okay, so I asked them to be quiet about this.
Or we're not going to solve anything, G-Man.
Okay, so Shanny, I would like to save my voice, Shanny. Shanny, I like to save my voice. Shanny, Shanny. Let me ask you a question, Shanny. Let me ask you a question. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this question here quick, Shanny. I asked you this question earlier. If Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, tells me to do something, am I to do it? Yes or no? I'm increasing your volume right now.
Tell you to lie to me about the money. Jesus Christ tell you to lie to me about the money.
So if the Lord tells me to do something, am I to do it? Yes or no? If the Lord tells me
to lie to me about the money,
to jump or to do something or to make a video,
tell you to lie about the money.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
The Lord tells me to make a video, am I supposed to do it? Yes or no? If the Lord tells me to make a video, am I supposed to do it? Yes or no? It's not a difficult question. Revelation News. If God tells me to do something, am I supposed to do it? Yes or no? And I want to hear from Revelation News. Am I supposed to do it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. If the Lord tells
me
about
that, G-Man, and you keep turning this fucking video.
Okay, so let me just begin. This is how all this started. Revelation News, my.
And you want to know what's ironic about the entire thing? Jason never made a video telling me to get out the house. Have any of you noticed that? There is not one video of Jason saying, G-Man, get out of my house. No. There's not a video of Jason saying, you know, you don't pick up your phone. You don't want to talk to me. Get out of my house. Get out right now. No, it's Shanny doing that. And we would know later on, in hindsight, that Jason owned the house, not Shanny. Shanny didn't have the power to do squat. The only reason I was there was because of Jason. And the only reason I could leave would be because of Jason. But who's the person going off on camera? It is the person controlling him, and that is Shanny. You know, Rev, you always sit there and say that Shanny never manipulates you into doing anything. You ain't going to like part 2, Junior. You ain't going to like it one bit, because you are going to be the one I'm going after next, buddy, for the suffering that I had to go through when I was there. Then we're going to go to XX Archive in part 3, and we're going to look at some of the claims that you were making when you were living there under my watch. Nah, people need to hear this come out directly out of my mouth. And y'all going to see some rare videos. Carrie doesn't even got these. And I'm going to prove it to you in part 2. Okay? I'm going to prove they cut the electricity off. I'm going to prove the water got cut off. I'm going to prove I had to melt snow. I'm going to prove I had to, that I was being mocked when I was freezing my butt off inside that place. I'm going to prove it. Sabella, I'm going to invite you in here. I'm going to invite Dragon here. I'm going to invite Dave in here. And I'm going to prove it in the future. I'm going to prove it.
Second question for you as Revolution is this. If the Lord told me to expose that guy that was pretending to be Jesus, am I supposed to do it, yes or no? That's all I want to hear.
You lying!
Yes or no? Which one is it? Yes or no? Am I supposed to do what the Lord told me to do? And I want a Bible verse if you say no, Shanny. Show me where the Bible told me not to expose liars. Show me where.
You are a liar.
Shanny, I understand that you're friends with Jesus H. Christ, okay? But
you are a liar. You are a liar.
Shanny, my God convicted me. Shanny, my God convicted me about making a video about Jesus H. Christ. What I'm trying to get from you is this. Do I be obedient to Christ or do I be obedient to man? I'm going to increase your volume.
No, lying to me. It's not about the video. It's because you lied to me, you fucking idiot.
Okay, so Rev.
Lied to me because I'm mad at you. It has nothing to do with it.
I would like to talk to Revolution News. I like to talk to Revolution. You know, Shanny, the last time me and you had a conversation like this, Shanny, the last time me and you had a conversation. Shanny, listen to me. I'm not going to keep raising my voice. If you ain't going to be nice, if you ain't going to be adult enough to lower your voice when I'm talking to somebody else, then I'm just going to keep lowering your volume. So I'm going to bring it back up again. Now, Revelation News, my question for you is this. I got a conviction from the Lord to make a video about that Jesus H. Christ.
You are turning this into something. I am mad at you because you lied to me about the money. Stop trying to make it something it's not.
Okay, so again, in part 2, we're going to prove it had nothing to do with money. And she was mad about the whole Jesus H. Christ thingy and whatnot. And she was really triggered about me talking about long hair. So on men, because she knows that I hold a strong biblical position on that topic. All right. So she's full of it. All right. And in part 2, once again, I'm going to show people the real reason this dim-witted moron was sitting there saying the things that she was saying in this stream. Shanny, I'm going to give you about 3 days to respond to this and just admit it before I absolutely annihilate you.
Shanny, we already talked about that, Shanny. And I would like an answer from Rev. If they're making you look good right now, Shanny. If they're making you look good right now, Shanny. Can I please hear from Rev? Why can't Rev speak to Rev? I like to hear from Rev. I would like to hear from Rev.
You are being deceptive.
Shanny, yeah, let me ask you a
You are
question.
being deceptive.
Yeah, let me ask you a question, Shanny.
You are being deceptive.
Shanny,
I told you I am mad at you because you lied to me
Shanny,
about the money and you keep
Shanny,
turning it into something it is
Shanny,
not.
Shanny,
You keep trying to turn it into Jesus H. Christ.
Shanny. We already talked.
No, you are being deceptive.
Okay.
I'm not going to let you lie on my behalf and get away with it.
Okay, so anyway, listen. I got 2 questions for you now. The first one is,
I play this little G-man fucking game. I really know who you are, Gary Moore.
now you dot drop me. Okay, great.
Yeah. And her name is Shanny McCraw. Yeah.
You do that one more time, you're getting a taste of your own medicine. You know where I'm saying? And do you know what's behind me here? Do it again.
Do it.
Go ahead and do it again. I dare
Do
you.
it.
Do it again. I dare
it.
you.
Do it.
Now, Shanny.
Come on, do it. Show
For
me
those of you who don't know, not only, I know why she's doing that. Like I said, this video is going to stay on this channel.
Yeah,
This video is going to stay on this channel. Like I said, not only am I going to get one, I'm going to get reimbursed on it.
You know, for the inspiring Shannys that are out there that wants to try to do this to somebody, if you're going to attempt to do this to somebody, make sure that the audience is on your side. Because if the audience is on the other person's side, you're going to suffer, and you're going to suffer miserably. All right. This woman thought because she came into some money, and she was an upper middle class, rich, whatever the heck she wanted to call herself back in them days, that was just going to somehow magically make people stop listening to me because she got money and stuff doesn't matter no more. I'll never understand her line of thinking. She had to know what was going to happen when I got out that house. She had to know. And then on top of that, you make the mistake and call me the N-word? Oh, my God.
Trust me, I'm going to be pulling you to the ground. It's happening. Trust me. So
Oh,
anyway,
you're going to take me to a ground?
The only thing I can get on this is get from you is having you constantly do things like that. All right. So again, Revelation News.
Bring it down to the ground. They bring it down to the ground when you give to them. That's what people do. That's what human beings are.
Again, Revelation News. Are you aware that your wife just broke the law on camera? Are you aware of that? Are you aware that your wife just broke the law?
I broke the law by saying Gary.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Hold on a minute. That's called dot dropping.
Well, you have it still on your channel of you calling yourself Gary Moore.
Shanny. I know you don't care about that stuff. When you come over here to the Commonwealth and we get in front of this judge, just make sure you explain that to the judge. Okay? That's all I got to say. Right now, my wife is getting bigger and bigger and bigger by the minute.
Gary Moore too.
Keep talking.
Yeah. I guarantee
guys.
So
for those who are watching this, for those of you who know what's going on, all of this started because I made a YouTube video about somebody called Jesus H. Christ. He got mad initially because I said something about his long hair. Then she took advantage of that and tried to say that I was talking about Rev, which I was not. I even mentioned the fact that it was subjective regarding the topic of the long hair. Then she used that as an occasion to say, get out of her house, because I attack everybody. The same argument Minstar uses. Okay? Now, Shanny. You're
such a liar and a deceptor. I can't wait till people find out how deceiving you are.
Yep, Shanny, people found out how deceitful I was, that the Hebrew Israelites, atheists, and Christians alike, the people that I was going after and I was making videos about for years, all donated for me to get out that house. That's what happened when they found out how deceptive I was, Shanny. Tell me this, Shanny. You're in the situation I was for about 2 or 3 weeks in here or whatever, or 2 weeks in here or whatever. How's your situation going, Shanny? How long have you been like that?
Certificate, Shanny?
You're a liar.
Shanny, can I see a marriage certificate, Shanny?
You're a liar.
Shanny.
You're a liar.
You know what I have here, Shanny? You know what I have here, Shanny? I have something here.
Wow, look how mean.
Let's send it to you.
This is what you do when you your house.
You know what I have here? You know what I have here, Shanny?
Yeah.
Paper you told me to rip up, Shanny? You remember what that is, Shanny? That piece of paper you told me to rip up? You remember that?
Oh, yeah, that will. His will and last testament. See, Rev got a pencil one day. I know a lot of you probably saw the videos when I still had the house and everything. And the, you know, the notebook talking about how they wanted Drag to die and everything else in the book. and their thoughts about the hangouts and all that stuff and whatnot. But there was another notebook in there with a piece of paper in it that had his last will and testament, and how the house was supposed to go to the Salvation Army if he died. She told me to rip it up, but she also told me to throw away everything. Sorry, first of all, that everything in the house was mine except for a couple of microphone stands, the little cheap little $20 stands that she said she wanted. But she said pretty much everything in the house is mine. Most of that stuff went in the garbage, because if you would have been there, or if you've been to the Colorado thingy or whatnot, and you see how they actually live, I'm pretty sure you know why I throw a lot of that stuff in the garbage. But the point is that you know, what the heck was I gonna say? Completely lost my train of thought. Let's go back to it anyway. So, the last will and testament. The last will and testament. I did rip it up, if I'm not mistaken. But I took a picture of it, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think I took a picture of it.
Whatchamacallit's will? Rev's
Who?
will.
Who?
Revelation News will.
What are you talking about?
That piece of paper you told me to rip up.
You are such a liar. Who the fuck are
Would you like
What are you talking about? You have a will?
No. Wait a minute. Hey, Rev. This woman has got not dropping me, Rev. So I gotta let you know something here. You probably don't remember.
And I was being nice. I could have brought up all of his medical conditions. I could have brought up a lot of stuff that would have had the YouTube community on the real, dude. Like I said, I had so much information about these two that I could have brought up. She would have left the room before I could have got finished talking about it. But the will thing, I knew what I was doing when I said that. I wanted to get under her skin when I brought that up, because she was just being I can't say that I'm a Christian, but one of you will say it in the chat, I'm sure.
Remember, you got a piece of paper here that says that you're in your right mind, and if anything happens to you, that this house and all your earthly belongings when I goes to the Salvation Army. Okay? Shanny Bakar told me to rip that up. That's your personal information. I didn't rip it up. It's behind me. That's yours when you come here and whatnot. So Shanny, let me ask
you. What are you talking about?
You thought me, Shanny, and you thought that was cute, right, Shanny? So let me ask you a question. Let me see your marriage certificate.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, they will.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff I could have brought up. The fact that he had an assault rifle in the basement, and that not in the basement. That he had an assault rifle in his closet, and that he had a Glock in his closet. You know what I mean? Like honestly, it's true. There's a lot of stuff I could have brought up. There's a lot of stuff that I could have brought up that would have completely played them. That would have played them out. I could have been a jerk and did a lot. I could have left that rifle on the porch when I left if I wanted. Like, if I wanted to, y'all, a lot of you just don't understand. That halfway information that you got from Broke Nut, I'm telling you straight up, if I wanted to during that time, if I was anything like I am today, please.
I didn't even know what you're talking about.
I know the will here. He said that if anything happens to him, everything goes to the Salvation Army. You told me to rip it up, which I didn't listen to you because I left it back here. I was going to give it to you when you came here in person. So you want to sit here and get all my personal information and whatnot? And there's something else that I want to say on here, Shanny. Shanny, I'll show you the will if you want. I'll show you it.
Actually, I could have been a bigger jerk because if I'm not mistaken, at that table, his driver's license was there. His like I could have went into straight up everybody's gonna hate me mode, but I was planning on keeping that video up if I'm not mistaken. So I don't think that would have been a good idea. But I could have started showing the man his driver's license and everything else, and then all the Shanny's information was there. I could have just started showing this to everybody. Literally everything behind me was every financial record that ever happened in that house. I had their entire financial history from his mommy, daddy, their assets, everything that Rev had and when he spent this money. I had everything. And this woman had the nerve to dodge from. This is why some people on social media has got to think before they do certain things. Because you don't know what certain people can do. You just don't know. That is my thinking back then. It's a good thing this stream's almost over because you know I was entertaining doing all of that. I could have started opening up all them boxes and started showing everybody stuff. That would have taught her a lesson real fast. Credit card numbers, bank account numbers. I had everything there. Okay? People need to understand what my mindset was back then. This woman was attempting to destroy me and trying to embarrass me. That I do not play. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to correct me, maybe beat me down a little bit to show me why I'm wrong on a particular issue, I'm okay. I'm a big boy. I can handle that. But I just don't play certain things on here. I don't. I will hand you a receipt like it ain't like nobody else on here can. You know what I mean? But I was thinking about it. I didn't do it. But I was bringing certain things up to let her know to stop doing stuff like that because that ain't cute. Back then, for those of you who don't know, did Jason talk about Jason relapsing yet? Carrie must have left and came back. No, I didn't go into his wet brain yet. That's we're gonna save that for another episode. What I'm talking about right now is this argument that I'm having with Shanny and how she's trying to play me out and trying to control me and trying to be massa. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to show her she needs to cut that out because if she doesn't, I'm gonna show who massa really is.
I got no problem with it. You don't want me to put that on camera, trust me.
I don't remember having one. Honestly, I don't remember.
You dot drop me on here, Shanny. Listen to me. Listen to me. You want me to take these girls off?
You buying a bird name.
So Shanny again dot dropped me and I brought up the will and everything. And I know Drag was talking about this for like about a month, I think. He was talking about like the whole will thing and whatnot when he was doing the whole Summer of G-Man junk and whatnot, or the house saga or the eviction saga. Matter of fact, I think it's called. That's where it is. That's where it is. It's under the eviction saga. That's where it is. Oh no, this series is gonna be fun. This series is gonna be real fun because there's one specific video that I want to show everybody that I know nobody has seen on any of these reaction things, maybe except for Drag's channel or whatever, because I don't remember Carrie covering it or nothing like that. We'll look at that in part two because we're gonna look at my suffering inside that house. I want people to know what I went through because I am sick and I am tired. The reaction channels don't want me to eat. They don't want me to drink. They want me to be cold. They want me to be. And Shanny, you did this to your family members, and you did it to me. You did it to me. And I'm not going to let you get it no more. I am sick and I am tired of listening to your whining and complaining and your faking about not being able to work. Telling other people to get a job and you won't get off your fat behind and go look for a job yourself.
Over it.
Let me tell you something. Hannah Zubby.
I know your name, dude.
Nothing compared to if you keep messing with me and lying about me, Shanny.
I'm lying about you.
You guys don't know what I meant by that, some of you. The old G-Man, not the new G-Man, but the old G-Man, because obviously I've been accused of dot dropping before. When I had the Mark by God YouTube channel and Drag did his thing over there. Anyway, long story short, in retaliation, I dot drop Hannah Zubby, right? That is not her full name, by the way. But I dot dropped her. And it was a big thing because now all of a sudden G-Man was a dot dropper. They never did anything. Nobody's ever said my name on here and told nobody where I lived or anything like that, even though they spent the better part of 2 years doing it. You know what I mean? But that's water under the bridge or whatever. But I'm trying not to do that stuff today, right? So the point is that I said to Shanny that what I did with Hannah, back then, if you think about it, if you actually, for those of you who's been watching me for a while, if you actually think about the Hannah Zubby incident and then look at that Miss Parker incident and then look at some of these other, that Hannah Zubby thing was nothing. That was absolutely nothing. And I was telling Shanny at this time that if she keeps dot dropping me, because I'm still mad at this particular point of her doing that, I said, if you keep doing it, what happened with Hannah Zubby isn't going to be nothing compared to what's going to happen to you if you don't stop the dot dropping. Because for some reason, Shanny and Rev keeps thinking that it's cute to go out there and use people's real name. It ain't just me. They've done it to I think they did it to Dave Anthony. They dot dropped him to some degree. They dot dropped Drag. They dot dropped several other people on here. You know what I mean? And they continually do it, and they think that they're safe. And Shanny, I hope you're listening to this part because I was not joking in my previous video. All right. You think because you're on Instagram, you wasn't safe on Twitch. You wasn't safe on YouTube. You wasn't safe on what's these other platforms that they was on, whatever you was on Twitter or whatever. If you know that these people can get to you on that, you keep doing that mess and making that a practice on Instagram if you want. And then the next place you're gonna be begging for money is gonna be out in the street. All right. So for those of you who have been watching this far, you all know that the reason why I'm hot right now at this particular segment is because this woman has a habit of dot dropping. She doesn't care about nobody's privacy. She doesn't even keep her own life private. That's why I'm very happy when they was living under the roof. The majority of the information that I gave them about me was baloney. Because Shanny and Rev are dumber than a bag of rocks.
My video is going to be on Mark over there.
Wow, I love seeing the true colors of you.
You keep playing with.
I love seeing the true colors of you.
Like I said, Shanny, you lied, Shanny, and you sat there and said that I was using you. You got on here and you lied over me making a video about
use people.
And I'm gonna say this again to you, again, Shanny. You know your mother, Shanny. You do understand when I got out of that house and I was attacking you, Shanny, and I was making all those videos. You know who stopped me for the 2 or 3 days that I stopped doing it? You know who stopped me, right? It was your mother. Your mother was the one that stopped me, Shanny. It was your mother who did that, Shanny. She told me, G-Man, she's in love with you. Stop making videos about her. I told your mother that I was not in love with you. I didn't want you or anything like that. But she did convince me to stop making videos about you. You know, that mother that doesn't care about you and everything, Shanny. The woman that you would manipulate to lie for you, Shanny.
Well, I mean, look how grateful you are.
How ungrateful I am. Shanny,
I mean, this is what you do. This is what you do.
Let me tell you guys what's embarrassing about this. What's embarrassing about this is that I trusted Shanny. Me expressing, I wish Veckel was in this room with me right now because he would understand what I'm going to say right now. Trusting Shanny was embarrassing. Dragnut was right, okay? And it wasn't just Drag, it was Holy Spackle and a couple of other people. Even Sabel. A lot of them were telling me don't trust Shanny. And some new information has come out regarding Shanny and her so-called testimony that I'm looking into, and it looks like this woman was never a Christian to begin with. All right, we'll talk about that in the future. And I keep hinting at this, and I keep hinting at this. But I want to make sure that I'm in a room with her so I can ask her a very specific question about when she got saved, because her testimonies. It sounds like she became a Christian around the time this guy came into that money. But anyway, me being angry on camera and going off on somebody on camera is not embarrassing to me. A lot of people might think that I'm embarrassed because I'm being angry. Let me tell you something. Before this video, go ask Veckel how many times I blacked out on him, former members of Shield Squad, and other people and whatnot. This ain't the first time. I blacked out on Drag on camera. Okay? So, me getting mad on camera and doing it in a very controlled way, which is what I always do when I get mad like this, except for that one time when I was in the park. That was not controlled. That one, I wasn't using my brain at all, I think, that night. But because I was just gullible and stupid. And I believed everything I was being told. But me being angry and pointing out why a person is wrong on camera does not embarrass me. Because I believe that there's a time and a day for everything. There's a time to be calm. There's a time to be at war. I'm sorry. There's a time to be at peace, and there's a time to be at war. I ain't got no problem with war, because I believe that the gospel itself is spiritual warfare. That you're fighting against unclean spirits when you're preaching the gospel. I'm constantly at war. I'm constantly at battle as far as I'm concerned. So me getting on here being upset, nah, that ain't no that ain't no biggie, provided I don't sin in the process. That's the problem. If you're sinning when you're doing that, then that's different. That's very different. Then it becomes an issue, and then that's when I got to take correction from the whole world, you know. But somebody give me a second here, guys. Hold on. Come on, why do I keep doing this? I don't like this laptop sometimes. But anyway, just because I get mad and upset on camera don't mean I'm embarrassed. I am very embarrassed for being friends with her, though. Very embarrassed. Because Shanny played me. And she played me good.
I ain't agreeing with you. The devil is agreeing with you. The agree. Nobody's agreeing with you, Shanny. You're wrong.
Publicly bash them?
You're wrong, Shanny. You're wrong, Shanny.
This is what you do for people who get
But again. Listen to me. You give me 10 days.
This is how grateful you are.
Shanny, you give me 10 days. Shanny. I'm losing my voice. I can't keep doing this. I'm losing my voice. You give me 10 days and I will be out of here. All I want is for you to see these receipts and you reimburse me for the work that was done in here. When you do that, I will leave. You give me 10 days and that will happen. And you can have this place back. It's in pretty good, it's in very good condition, way better condition than it was than when you left here. I got rid of I'm not even gonna do that to you and talk about how this house looks. I'm not even gonna do that. But the bottom line is that you give me 10 days, you reimburse me, and I'm out of here. You clearly want your house back. I'll give it to you. Okay? After I give it back to you, do not give me anything else. I don't want no advice from you. I don't want no speeches from you. I don't want you giving me a nickel, a quarter, a dollar, or nothing. Because if this is how you act after you give somebody something, I don't want it. But you know what's even better about this, Shanny? Wait until the right people see this video. Let me explain. Because you haven't thought about this.
You're an idiot. You're not.
And I meant every word I said. I wanted Rand to see the video. I wanted her friends to see this. The people the last remnants of her supporters. Rand, Raw, Sabella. I don't know if Sabella would count for this one because Sabella already kind of knew what was going on. So I'm going to say Rand, Raw. I'm going to say Veckel. I'm going to say anybody that defended her in private, because there was a lot of people doing that at this time, still calling her Christian. They were saying that she was being carnal, that she was that she was acting fleshly or whatever, that she was acting carnal or whatever, and that she was a believer. I wanted them to see this. That was the whole purpose of it. I wanted them to see because I knew, because this is when she was buddying up the dragoons. I knew what the Dragoons was eventually going to do when they were done with me. And I made several videos. When they're done with me, what do you think they're going to do to you? And I meant it, and I was right. And they absolutely, positively pulverized her. They beat her so bad that she still hasn't recovered.
I'm just watching this video right now.
You're not thinking.
Your mother is watching this video right now. And God knows who else
Who's watching this?
Well, I'll tell you what.
I don't care what people think.
The video is going to come after this. That's all I got to
You
say.
want to do it, and you're trying to make it into something else.
I'm not going.
To be fair, if I had 750, well, during this time, let me see. If I had about $500,000 during this particular time, I wouldn't care what nobody thought either. Y'all heard what I said? If I had $500,000 at this time, they didn't have they didn't have no $750,000 at this time. They had about 500 because Shanny lost a lot of that money during the stock market. That woman, I think me and Sabella had a bet after I got out that house on Skype. Sabella, you have my permission to show people this. We had a little bet on Skype on how long it was going to take for her to be broke and for him to wake up and to leave her. Now, unfortunately, he never woke up and left her or whatever. But we both knew that it was going to be broke. We both knew it.
Going to care when they make their video. They're not going to care. When do you want me out of here? When do you want me out of here?
You lied and you tried to make it about something else.
Out of here. I need to do
something that I need to tell you to do. I need to tell you to go into the house. You broke into the fucking house.
Well, actually, you told me to.
No, you said you were coming to the house.
Wait a minute. I can actually go. I can actually go get the neighbor.
No.
Allow me to be a little bit more specific about this incident. The neighbor that is in question is still there. I know that there's a lady on YouTube named One Bad Ish that can easily go back over there and ask the neighbor what happened the very first day I came on the block. That's all they gotta do. You can talk to Mary. You can talk to what's his name? Marty. You can talk to a whole bunch of different people on that block, and they will tell you that she was on the phone that told me to go inside the house. That the neighbor gave me the hammer to use to go in there after getting permission from JWE. Shanny, I'm going to say this again. Shanny destroyed Shanny. Because Shanny is too stupid to keep her life private.
And the police officer who lives across the street will talk to you on the phone and have them tell you. So that's not going to work, honey.
No, you take advantage of people.
What do you want, guys? You can video to get out of her. When do you want me to get out of here, Kenny? When do you want me to get out of here, Kenny?
First of all,
when do you want me to get out of here, Kenny?
You're lying. You lied.
I'm getting to the point.
You
When do you
lied.
want your house back? Jenny, I don't want to go to court with you. When do you want your house back? When do you want your house back?
Oh, I have to reimburse you for things that I told you not to do.
Jenny, when do
I have to reimburse you for things that you took from me, right? I have to reimburse
when do you want your house back, Jenny?
And this is where your GED gets things screwed up, Shanny. And you need to pay attention real close like this time, okay? I did not take anything from you. Listen here very carefully, you dumb barracuda. You gave me the things. Do you understand that? You gave those things to me. Taking and giving is two entirely different things. But I can tell you never had nothing before, Shanny, so you clearly don't know the difference between giving and taking.
See, I have to reimburse you?
I'll even finish cleaning this room for you. So what do you want that? Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question again. He's not listening, guys. He's just talking.
Really?
When do you want your house back?
You make absolutely no
Let me
sense,
increase your volume so people can hear you. When do you want your house back?
Oh, I don't give a fuck about the house, G-Man. It's not about money. It's because you lied to me. Do you not get it?
When do you want your house back? I'm gonna give it back.
Do you not get that? It's because you lied to me.
When do you want this back?
Lies.
When do you want this back? I will give it back to you. When do you want it back?
I don't care about money.
When do you want your house back?
Care about money.
When do you want your house back? When do you want your house back, Shanny?
You're an idiot.
When do you want your house back?
You're an idiot.
Okay,
Send the link to you, G-Man.
Anyway, so I'm making if anybody can talk to her later and speak her language, just ask Shanny later on when she's calm.
No one's going to talk to me, man, because I don't want to talk to anyone after this.
By the way, if you want to know what her language is stupid. If you speak stupid, you can talk to Shanny.
Oh, so when do you want your house back? You told me to get out. When do you want your house back?
Gee, man, I think you've done enough tonight, don't you think?
And whoever left that comment in the comment section and said that this was about control, you're 100% right. Because I'm sitting there asking her, when do you want the house back? I don't know if I agree with this because the uncle doesn't have to do that. Because even if the uncle does that, they'll be broke in 6 months. Medication and all, you know? But yeah, this is all about control. This had nothing to do with any of that. And she was fed baloney information by somebody.
Want your house back? You just told me to get out. I downloaded the videos so you can delete them till you're blue in the face. I still own the videos.
I deleted them because I didn't want to cause any more fucking drama, which you decided to go and see.
I didn't create no drama. You did this. When do you want me out of here? That's all I want to know.
Yeah. You get caught lying and you turn.
When do you want? You know, if I tell you I lied, would that make you feel better?
Oh, gaslight.
If I tell you I lied, would that make you feel better? If I tell you I lied, would that shut you up?
Something really nice for you, and you.
If I lie to you and say that I lied, what do you are? If I lie to you and say that I lied, just
I don't
for the sake
think
of
anyone should donate any money to you, G-Man, because you lied about
Nobody.
Wait a minute. You don't believe that nobody should... Hold on a minute, Shanny. You don't believe that people should donate to me because I lie about everything? Shanny, again, Shanny, Drader, Carrie, myself, Draven, and everybody else on YouTube wants to know what happened with that cancer. And should this advice be applied to you? Shanny, I'm not even going to defend myself because my people knows that's baloney. All right? You said you were dying of cancer. You said you cut yourself, and every time you show a picture, I'm going to make a montage video. Every time you say you cut yourself and put your hand in front of the camera, and you don't even got a scar there. Give me a break.
Don't say nothing to me. Please don't. So when do you want your house back?
No one should.
When do you want your house back?
People give you.
Shanny, when do you want your house back, Shanny? I want to go back to the hood. When do you want your house back?
Go back to the hood.
I got to make that a meme. Because that was funny. That was funny. That was funny. I want y'all to think about this. You got this broke. I'm going to be completely ghetto with this. I'm sorry. For those of you who are black and you're watching this, I can't resist this. I'm sorry, okay? For those of you who are poor and live in a real poor area, you're going to appreciate this, okay? I'm a poor black bum living in a upper middle, well, in my opinion anyway. I've learned that that's not the case, but you're living in the upper echelon of a town called Scranton. And I would rather live in the freaking hood than live where I'm living right now. Or living during that particular time, right? I would rather live in the hood. What does that tell you about my mindset at that moment? And when I say the hood, meaning I'd rather be around bullets flying around my head, flashlights being put in my face. I'd rather be around the drug dealers. I'd rather be around the common thieves going around stealing in Dollar General and all these. I'd rather be with the riffraff and the people that's going to get arrested 100 million times than to be in that stuck-up neighborhood where I got to deal with people like this. That is my mindset.
I'm gonna go back to living in the hood. When do you want your house back?
Go back to the hood, huh?
Yeah, I want to go back to the
hood. No one wants to go back to the hood.
Back. When do you want this back? Because
right
now, water, because all the snow and whatnot melted and whatnot. You can have this back, okay? So my thing is,
it's really nice.
Yep, because at least when I was in the hood, I didn't have to melt snow to drink water. At least when I was in the hood, I didn't have to burn toilet tissue with alcohol to stay warm. And then y'all wonder why I say I don't like rich people. I don't like these people. I just don't. I don't like them. Okay? I don't like them not because they're I just look at them as being people who oppress the poor. Shanny at this particular time was an oppressor of the poor. And I don't blame anybody who goes after her after all that garbage, as he said, about people who are on welfare and all this other stuff and whatnot. You can't make this stuff up. You can't. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
I told you.
My thing is, when do you
want the house with the status? Oh, Shannon, thank you for the house so much, and then you go and dog it.
That is not. Oh Lord.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I give you all this stuff.
I'm meeting you again. I did not dog the house. The way that the structure is built, this house is like 100 years old or whatever. The way the structure is built, with the backyard going like this, the snow is melting and the water is coming on the porch. Then it's going into the basement and it's going into that back room that doesn't have the furniture.
And that's where the video ends, ladies and gents. But I got something else I want to show you. But I have to go to the bathroom because I've been laughing too much at this. In the beginning of this, I was angry, like, getting ready to cry angry. And toward the end of this, I have to laugh a little bit because I just forgot how stupid Shanny really is at the end of the day. But let me play a little commercial for you guys. And then when I come back, we'll get back to work here. So just give me a second here real quick. And we'll give you a little bit of comedy while I run to the bathroom. So just give me a second here. Yo!
Anything you can do, I can do better. I could do anything better than you.
Oh, you can.
Yes, I can.
Oh, you can.
Yes, I can.
Oh, you can.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can be, I can be greater. Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I could do anything better than you.
Oh, you can.
Yes, I can.
Oh, you can.
Yes, I can.
Oh, you can.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can be, I can be greater. Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're.
Okay, all right. Let's get back to work here a minute now. Okay, cool. So I want to show you guys what led up to all of that, what me and Shanny was basically arguing about. So just give me a second here. I'm going to look for it. I didn't have this planned, but I think it'd be good to give people some, you guys seen some of this stuff. All you got to do is go on Fat Courtney Loves YouTube channel, and you'll see what I mean. So give me a second here, and I'm going to show you guys the videos. I'm going to show you the videos that this woman made. In regards to me, because there's a lot more about G-Man versus Shanny. All right. Let me see something here. Let's see. Where is it? Or is it on Fundy Archive? Because that's the one when she I could just show them the video where I destroyed them again. And she's gonna dot drop me in all of them, no matter how many times I show you guys the videos here. But the point of the matter is that whole eviction thing he started because of control and because this lady was told information about me that was not true. And, Shanny's gullible. She believes everything that she's told. But all this over $50, just absolutely crazy. So is it a Fundy Archive or is it on this channel? Where is it? Where is it? All right, guys. Do I have another commercial in there that lasts at least 5 minutes so I can find this? Oh, we're sex positive. Nah. That's too long. I'm not sitting here for another 2 hours listening to this woman talk. It's a miracle I got through that one. But that one, I was emotionally moved by that one. So, let me see something here. And by the way, Rev, me and you're gonna have a chit chat when it's time for me to go back and forth with you about your infidelities with Shanny, because you keep claiming that your relationship is from God and everything, and that you two are married and all this other stuff and whatnot. When it's time to get to you, dude, it's gonna be over. I'm telling you straight up. So, let's see. Where's the video at? What the heck is this? No. The domestic one? No. Proof that she's not of God. Shanny is not abuse. It's not me trusting you. Shanny lies. No, we're not going to look at that one. If the money goes away, yeah, right, Shanny. Let me see something here. It's on XX. No, it ain't on XX Archive. It's on Fundy Archive. That's where it is. I can't find it. Fundy Archive. Those of you who don't know, the channel owner for Fundy Archive is Illuminus Gluteus, or whatever his name is. I don't particularly care for the person, but he used to be part of the Great Debate Days. I guess he was the comedic part of it or whatever. But the next video we're going to look at is going to be Shanny responding to me threatening her. So let's take a look at that one here. Hold on, let me mute. Hold on. Mute.
A lawsuit for what? For what? Giving you things? You're gonna put a lawsuit for giving me things? Fucking moron. What you don't get, moron, what you don't get is this Jesus H. Christ. He knows he's not Jesus. He is an actor from Hollywood paid to act and dress like Jesus. He's not a false Messiah. He's not going out there and saying, well, he is saying, I am your Lord and Master Messiah, but it's a joke. It's so he can get paid, so he can feed his kids, because he found a shtick after getting out of a horrible.
So what you're basically saying is that after getting out of the cult of Mormonism, the best job he could possibly do is pretend that he's Jesus Christ and go around handing out porn? Is that what you're insinuating, Shanny? Because if you are, you're proving my case even more and more and more that you were never a Christian to begin with. There's no way in the world. That's kind of like, Carrie, if you're watching this, I want you to imagine this, Carrie, right? Well, actually, you know what? That's a bad example. Let me not even use that. But the point of the matter is that if this man was a Christian, I'm sorry, not a Christian, if this man wanted to find a job, I'm sure Walmart was hiring. I'm sure he could have got a job doing TJ Maxx or something like that, or he could have worked for Sony or something like that. If he was qualified, could have been a doctor, or he could have been anything other than being mocking the Savior and handing out porn. So, of course, a person like me, a fundamentalist, is going to watch something like that and want to respond to it. And you're sitting there getting on my case about rebuking somebody doing something that blatantly evil? Okay.
Horrible cult of Mormonism. And you just unrighteously judge him. You don't even know the guy. I've known him for 3 years, okay? I've seen his struggles. I've talked to him. I've actually been there for him. So you ruining a ministry that I've been holding on to for a really long
Okay, Shanny, let's get a couple of things straight here since we're in 2023 and we know, and I know a heck of a lot more about you now because there was no way I could verify this, but I was kind of stupid for not putting the pieces together. That Jesus H. Christ guy got a really big channel. Your channel, before you got involved with Rev, you said this is for a really long time, right? Or long time because you're not using the G or whatever, right? Long time, right? Your channel, you barely got 5 people to watch you live before you got involved with Rev, Shanny. You barely got 5 people to watch you, but you had a ministry for a real long time dealing with Jesus H. Christ, who you talked to and you was friends with, and he never even gave you a shout out or nothing like that. I mean, like that don't make any sense to me. Doesn't he got like 100,000 subs or something like that? And I believe back then you could barely get 5 people to watch you. 5 people, Shanny. You and Chris struggled to get 5 people. You and Chris together, combined. And Chris is kicking your butt right now. It's not saying a lot, but he's kicking your butt. He's kicking your butt in views. He's kicking your butt in channel growth. And he's annihilating you in terms of support. You ain't got no ministry with no Jesus H. Christ. You're a liar. You just use this as an excuse.
On time, and you're threatening to ruin it after I gave you everything.
All right, guys. So she gave me everything, right? She gave me everything. This would be a regular, reoccurring thing with her. She gave me everything. Shanny, according to you, out of your own mouth, and according to the law of the land and the deed and the lease and everything, you didn't give me anything. To this very day, Shanny, I say that all you gave me, I believe, was a little Debbie cake out of your welfare check. You didn't give me nothing. That is the reason when I showed up over there, I only wanted to see Rev because I recognized what he did. You never gave me anything. Dude, listen to me. If that wart wasn't on your forehead right there and you could actually think clearly, you would understand this. All right? You never gave me anything. The only thing you ever gave me, Shanny, was a little Debbie. That's it. I had to beg just to borrow a Star Wars game that you had. Rev was generous. You, on the other hand, are a tight, stingy little heifer that needs to shut up about what you gave anybody. You had nothing to give. Nothing was in your name. Do you understand that, Shanny?
Yeah, I'm gonna be fucking pissed off. Cause you're stepping on my fucking territory, motherfucker. You're stepping on my territory.
She doesn't even know how to cuss right. You know, Shanny, no disrespect, but you got to listen to yourself cuss sometime. You don't even know how to cuss. You definitely wouldn't last in an all-black neighborhood. You definitely wouldn't last long there. Oh, my Lord. You don't even know how to. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. You're right about that. Let me put that comment up there so everybody can see this here, by the way. Who made that statement? Who made this statement? There's somebody on there that says that now she's saying, oh, here we go. Let me put this up there. Saying now she's saying you stole everything from her. Oh, yeah. Yeah. She gave me everything. But now she's saying I stole everything. Everything that comes out of her mouth contradicts what she says the previous day or the previous minute. Shanny's full of it. That's why I don't concern myself if they ever get enough money to get a lawyer. I'm one of these people that would go there if I can keep a straight face without laughing hard enough, that we will all just laugh at her. I think the judge would, her lawyer would. I don't even think a lawyer will represent her, to be honest. I don't think no lawyer worth their degree would defend somebody like this. She's that stupid. I keep doing this. For those of you who don't know what I keep getting frustrated with this laptop is that if you put the mouse over to the left, these news articles will pop up and it will stop me from being able to do the show. I need to change that setting on this because it's very annoying. Let me go back to the video.
Territory. And I don't appreciate it. You leave that guy alone. Period. You leave him alone. Threatening me? You're gonna threaten me?
Just because I want to be a jerk. Shanny, you know you broke the law, Shanny, right? If what you're saying is true right now, right? The first time I was in there, you gave me permission to break into somebody else's house. You gave me permission to actually stay there, and nothing is in your name. And you gave me somebody else's stuff. I didn't steal nothing, you did. According to the stupidity that's coming out of your mouth right now. Now, when you say that Jason gave me these things, and he didn't give me everything, you need to stop saying that. I didn't get everything, all right? But if Jason gave me those things, then you could prevent yourself from going to prison. You better hope the right person doesn't see this video, you dummy.
I'm gonna be rich. No, G-Man. You're gonna be poor. Don't fucking threaten me. No one likes you in that neighborhood anyway.
You heard that, guys? That prophecy from this prophet, from the Minnesota Barracuda, just told me that I'm going to be poor. I'm already poor, Shanny. I was already poor. So what was I supposed to be poorer? Worse than off than what I was? Huh? It's hilarious. That's funny. Anyway, so let me show you another one. Let me show you another one. Hold on. Let me show you another one. Let me stop sharing this here real quick. Hold on. And I'm going to show you guys another one with her using her powers of persuasion to correct me, on the Funny Archive. So this is the one about the girly long hair, right? Because I made a YouTube video talking about how men is not supposed to have long hair. She got triggered when she heard it because she subbed to the channel, just like she subbed to this channel and she watches what goes on here and lies to everybody about how she doesn't watch this channel. She subbed to Carrie, she subbed to, and I know this, Shanny, so you can go play that with somebody else. She subbed to Carrie, she subbed to Drag, she subbed to all these other channels to keep track of what people are saying. When she gets bored of watching Foodie Beauty and she gets bored of watching Truthfully Trisha and she's get tired of watching Aliens for the 100 billionth time. All right, so let me share this.
Fuck you, G-Man. Like, seriously, fuck you. Fuck you. You keep bashing men who have long fucking hair. When the person who gave you a fucking house has fucking long hair. Or had long hair. And fixing to have girly long hair again. You want to go and...
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't this the same woman that was crying like a little baby over her ex-husband cheating on cheating with her best friend? Isn't this the same woman that was complaining that she had to go to work every day? Isn't this the same woman that was in a shelter that we all tried to help out when she was down and out? You know what I mean? Isn't this the same? And by the way, she was in a shelter. Her and Chris, I think, for a little bit before they got into the place that they was claiming that they was saying that they was going to buy. All right. Isn't this the same woman that I defended in Google Hangouts when people used to come and attack her and everything and whatnot. And this is how she's behaving because she got a little bit of money in her pocket. Money should not change you, Shanny. That doesn't give you the right to go out there and think you can just talk to anybody any way you please. I'm going to stick to my faith regardless of what you or anybody else has to say about that. See the difference between me and you, Shanny, is I'm consistent. The same Sabella that is watching this video right now and laughing at you right now, the same Sabella that will tell everybody this is what G-Man believes. And I am consistent. I am consistent with that. Consistent. You understand? I may go about my delivery a little bit different, but I'm pretty consistent. All right? You are not going to buy me. You ain't going to be telling me what I'm going to be talking about and what I ain't going to be talking about. If you don't like it, you can kiss my Shanny.
Bash everyone about how they look. Do you remember that part when Jesus said, do not judge according to appearances, but judge righteously, G-Man? Do you remember that part? Or do you think bashing people because they have long hair is a good standard for argumentation for you? Because I'm serious. I'm very mad at you right now. Very mad at you. Jesus Christ knows he's not Jesus Christ.
And Shanny, let me say this to you, okay? I don't care if you're mad at me. Okay? I don't care if you're mad at me. And let me tell you why I don't care you're mad at me. If I got a choice between trying to please God and please you, I'm going to please God. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm going to please God over you any day and every day of the week. Get that through your thick skull. You, somewhere in that mind of yours, where you think everybody wants you and you think you're like the prettiest thing that walks on God's earth or whatever, you know what I mean? Somewhere in that mind of yours, you thought because you gave me a house, that means that you could control me and tell me what I could talk about, what I don't talk about on my own YouTube channel. You'll notice that even though I watch some of these other channels, I don't tell nobody what they can talk about on their channels. They can talk about whatever they want. I don't tell them they can't cuss on their channels. They want to do all that stuff on their channels, fine. It's when they come to my channel, which when the rules change. All right? So you ain't going to try to control me by giving me things. It's not going to happen. Nobody's going to. All right? And I'm really hoping you learned this through this little trial that you're going through right now. All right?
He knows he's playing the part, Jesus Christ, for, money at themed parties and stuff. That's his job. That's what he does. He's not mocking Jesus. And maybe you should have a little bit of sympathy for him. He was trapped in Mormonism. But no. You're going to mock him and treat him like crap. Wait until you find out all the times he's, you watch his videos, all the times he's given me shout-outs.
Can somebody give me the clip of the fake Jesus H. Christ giving Shanny a shout-out? I haven't seen one. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Doesn't is it BGTV or is it the Geek Room? One of those channels do got him bringing me up or bringing her up, and it is not necessarily in a godly manner. We'll talk about that one tomorrow, Shanny. As a matter of fact, you know what? We won't talk about that tomorrow. I'll do my editing powers, and what I'll do is I'll cut this little part out, and we'll look at what the man actually said about you and me, because you could pay him to say pretty much whatever you want, right? We'll find out what he actually said, Shanny. And remember, you defended him. Just remember that.
But keep bashing people who you don't need to bash. He knows who he is. Let him be. He's not hurting anyone. He's not doing anything to anyone. No one truly believes he's Jesus Christ either. They all know he's just plays Jesus. Which you probably should be doing. But instead, you're back to fucking bashing people and treating them like shit. Fuck you, G-Man. You know what? My little gift didn't teach you a fucking thing, did it? Not a goddamn thing.
Again, it wasn't Rev's little gift. It wasn't Jason's gift. It was Shanny's gift. Very interesting. And then number two, you giving me a house was supposed to teach me something. Shanny, if you're watching, Shanny, I know you're watching this. If you could do me a favor, could you explain to me exactly what giving me a house was supposed to teach me? Besides generosity, was it supposed to teach me how to be bought? To how to be bribed? To like you because you gave me somebody else's house illegally? If that's what you're saying in this video. This is why you change your tune later on, because in future videos, he gave you a house. He did it. And then he started speaking for you. You started telling Mr. Wetbrain what to say and how to say it. You know, Jason, when you sat there and you said those dumb words on YouTube and said, "When no one manipulates me. I say whatever I need to." Okay. Like I said, this is why this is Shanny versus Rev versus G-Man, because I'm going to have me some fun with these two. I'm going to have a lot of fun with these two regarding the lies that they say on Instagram and it's stuff that they're saying. But we need a little bit of background first. People need to hear my point of view on some of this stuff. And I'm telling you straight up, Shanny is a liar and a breast thing. So let me see if there's one more in here. The eviction video is not on here in its entirety. And as a matter of fact, that one, I don't think I know where the entirety is. I know where it is that the edited version is, but I don't know where the non-edited version is or whatever. But we're going to stop here. We've been doing this for 3 hours. Wow, for 3 hours. This was only, what time is it? Okay, all right. So that's going to be it for today. The point is, ladies and gents, she kicked me out of that house. Now, in the next video, I'm going to show you how I suffered. Then we're going to compare and contrast that to the garbage that she said about me when she was on Twitch. Then you're going to understand why I'm coming at her the way I'm coming at her. But before we get there, you all need to hear about how I suffered. Oh, she cut the electricity off. Then the water went off in the middle of the winter. And you will see how I suffered. A lot of people in here want to see me suffer. Fine. I'm going to show people how I suffered. All right. That's going to be in part 2. So don't miss it. We're going to call it Shanny versus Rev versus G-Man. G-Man suffers the wrath of Shanny, or the Shanity strikes back or something. We'll call it something like that. But when you see the title go up, you'll know what it's all about. G-Man suffers because of Shanny or whatever. So that is going to be the next video. You're welcome, Herpes Derpington. Herpes Derpington. Okay, cool, no problem. All right. And guys, Shanny doesn't like, and I'm gonna do this, Shanny, because you know what? Today I'm gonna be a jerk. I'm gonna be a real jerk today. All right. Shanny doesn't like it that she can't make money off of her name. There is my Cash App. If you want to give me $1, I want to be able to say that I profited. Listen to me. Do not send more than $1. I'm not doing this because I need food, soda, or whatever. I just want $1 so I can say I profited off of her work. That's all I want to be able to do. I want $1. So when she takes me to court, I can say, yeah, here's $1. You spent all that money for a lawyer so you can get $1 from me. You know what I mean? So $1, that's it. That's what you got to do. And then I will be grateful. That's it. I don't need multiple people doing it. Just $1 so I can profit off of her work, because I'm going to be doing that a lot in the next few days. And you want to know why, Shanny? You want to know why, Shanny? Because you're a racist piece of garbage, and I'm going to put you in your place. All right. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let's take a look at that outro. And I need a new intro for this channel, but I'm going to get it. Don't worry, guys.